I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
Proven with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did you?
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, I was talking.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves. That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
With the gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
What up? We are in the building. It's Merciless Monday. I'm taking no mercy. I've already started it on TikTok. I'm ready to start it with you. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member today. If you're not one, come on over to YouTube. Tell a friend, tell your girl, tell your boy, tell whoever. You're made up human. It don't matter. I'm off a 5-hour energy, ready to go. It's Merciless Monday. I'm about to carry this show. Smitty better hold on, hang on, whatever. Because this thing's about to be live, lit, and about to get it popping. We got a lot to discuss today, boy. We had a weekend. Smitty actually made it to the house. Shaun King, I just took him to the airport. He's going to go home and then jump on the show. We do a lot. On the yacht, we do it all. Short, fat, skinny, tall on the realest show of them all. I'm a rhymer around here. I should be a rapper. Call me motherfucking Malibu's most hated. Let's dive into it, man. We got a lot to talk about today on this Merciless Monday. Loaded lineup. It is E-Dub, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ Monday, as we always do. Big Matt McChesney joins us, talk about Colorado's win over Arizona. And Shaun King joins us. A lot of college football to talk about, a lot of NFL QB play. We're going to dive into that. But I can't wait till Wednesday already on the big board at the studio because I'm getting blown up text messages by my main man, Noel Mazzoni. And he mentioned EPA. Mina Kimes, where you at? Where you at, Mina Kimes? EPA? Holy shit, we can't wait for dive into this one, boy. We got Seth Luttrell getting fired, good friend of mine, former head coach of North Texas at Oklahoma. Is Venables next? Is this the writing on the wall? We got Lincoln Riley. Oh, my God. They want him out of SC in L.A., boy. We can't wait to dive into this one. And is Matt Rule really changing Nebraska? And what does that loss do to Nebraska? How does it hurt Colorado? We're going to dive into that on a deeper take. You don't even want to hear this one. And let's just end the Heisman talk with Travis Hunter. Let's just end that and move on with Colorado having a great season and moving on from there because that's over. And I can't wait to dive into that with Matt. But before we begin, let's dive into the topics here on the realest show on planet Earth. The differences in a band of mercenaries and a team were on full display last night versus the Jets and the Steelers. The Jets are still using the excuses of firing their head coach 2 weeks ago. Now we have a new coach is the new excuse. Now he's blending and learning how to do it. Now we have a new offensive coordinator, so that's the newest excuse. Now we have Devontae Adams, and we got to get him acclimated. That's the newest excuse. It's always something new with this group. And I say the word group, not team. Please hear and listen to what I'm telling you. On the other sideline last night, contrasting sidelines if you didn't notice. The Steelers have had controversial week too. Mike Tomlin said, I'm making a QB switch. And then Mina Kimes and the media all were against it. saying that EPA and stats and data say Justin Fields is who should play. Well, this is why you never played the game, Mina. This is why you never coached, Mina. This is why you don't know shit, Mina. This is why I continue to say old school coaches are the only way to go with men in the men's league. These stat and data analytic guys are a joke. They are soft. They have no culture, and they can't create one. They are pencil-pushing clowns who can't get through to one player on their respective rosters. Yet we continue to hire these clowns at an all-time high. Aaron Rodgers is not himself. Or is it himself? And this is just the new A-Rod. Russell Wilson in his first game starts off horribly slow, then heats up, reaches damn near 300 yards, put up the best offensive production of the season, according to EPA, Mina. He immediately got George Pickens involved, who's a shitbird who has to be active so he doesn't yap his gums. Russell Wilson got him the ball early and often, got to pay dirt, got a touchdown. When I said it would keep him quiet on the show last week because Russell Wilson will get him the ball, that's exactly what happened. On the other side of the football, where Garrett Wilson is, as I have said, overrated. Overrated. Dropped 2 balls that were picked off. He has literally no fight in him while he runs routes, and I'll explain what I mean by that later. When you run routes, you got to actually fight to get position. He just let a dude take his draws like he was in the pen. This is a bad band of mercenaries, and this roster, not team, needs to be blown up, and Woody should step away. But what do I know? Let's dive into it, man. It's a loaded lineup. Steelers take out the Jets, as Mina Kimes was wrong again about Russell Wilson hurting the Steelers' run game. Tennessee takes out Alabama in Knoxville, and Georgia knocks off Texas. USC and Lincoln Riley go to 3-4 on the season after losing 29-28 at Maryland, and Colorado dominates Arizona in Tucson with a blowout victory, and Travis Hunter only plays a half. Indiana gets in Nebraska's ass, 56-7 or something. Holy shit, they go 7-0. The Chiefs take out the 49ers in San Fran, and Patrick Mahomes is first quarterback in the history of football to have more interceptions than touchdowns. But what do I know? The Giants get dominated by the Eagles in MetLife. The return of Saquon Barkley. I lost every bet I ever picked yesterday on every front. College football, NFL, DFS. I lost everything. Call me shitty all you want. I'll own it. But before we begin, my lovely co-host, Naptown legend, Far East Sider 317, LeBron Hairline Heaven, Lamar Jackson Lovin', AIR5 Defending, start knocking, Fox Sports very own, Big Smitty. Welcome.
What's going on, y'all? It's Monday. We live on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. What's that right there?
Guns.
I couldn't even see that. It was so small. You had a damn...
Hey,
you had a 22 homie in your arm.
Trump's in town. We got gun show.
All right. I hear what you're saying, man. But what's going on, man? We got a loaded show. I got my homie Debo in here. I got Marcus Russo in the chat. I got Danny Sanchez. I got Veteran Wrestling. And I got my homeboy Gene. And we loaded. And you off of 5-Hour Energy? I'm off a bag of spicy nacho Doritos early this morning. The best Doritos known to man. If you ain't got spicy nacho Doritos to start your day, then you're starting your day off wrong. These are the best Doritos of all time. Get you a bag right now.
Hey, you should do a sponsorship because something's in the works, maybe.
I think some sweat from my face hit my camera. Hold on.
Why you sweating, homie? You shower?
I'm passionate. I get passionate about this show. Why you sweating? Why you not sweating, homie? That's the question I want to ask. Why you not sweating?
You know why? Because I'm the leader, homie. I'm cool, calm, and collected. Anyway, another mic drop. Bloop. Anyway, let's dive into it, man. We got a loaded show today, Smitty, and I don't know if you're ready for it. Really, to be honest. I don't know if you're ready for it.
There's so much going on, man. Sunday was crazy with the game. Saturday, I was at your crib at Palooza. And I will say this was the best barbecue that you've ever fixed since I've been at your house. The seasoning on the meat, the pork and beef ribs, the chili was phenomenal. Your barbecue baked beans are always top notch, so I'm not worried about that. But the best thing of the day was the bacon wrap links. It had like a maple type of coat to it and flavor. Every bite tasted it was savory. It was almost a honey type of taste. It had a little sprinkle of spice to it. It didn't need no sauce. I added some because I'm a black man who likes sauce, but it didn't need it. Kudos to you, JB. I give props where props to do.
I made some of the best beef and pork ribs you ever will have ever in any restaurant, wherever you want to go. You can test it. And Smitty fucking ruined them by putting sauce on them. And Shaun King, another brother, called him out and said, JB, Smitty just did your whole ribs a disservice by putting sauce on it. He's young. We got to train him. We got to teach him. I said, I know, man. I know. And Shaun was here to try to raise Smitty in a way to where he kind of grows up in front of our very eyes. And he kind of grew up on Saturday night, right in front of our eyes around the poker table as I lost. Fuck! But anyway,
you lost a lot of money this weekend. Not only did you lose in poker, you also
I spent about $500 on you for food.
I spent about $150 on the bottle. Keep going.
I owe you. I'll pay you.
No, it's all, I got you. It's all good. I got you.
I had Smitty stop by. Shaun and I had Smitty stop by a store on the way here to grab me another bottle of Sincoro. So no, I'm gonna pay for that.
No, we good. We good.
No, we're not.
$400.
No, we're not good.
I'm
not
not going to accept it.
I don't pay you for the show. I'm never gonna pay you for the show. So I'm gonna pay you back for that. So
you're never gonna pay me for the show.
Anyway, so you got Sincoro, and then you got, I think, Shaun, a couple sticks, right?
Yeah, sticks, all types of shit.
Not all types of shit. So if you didn't stop at Bevmo, you wouldn't have brought anything. So BPS. So then we got what else did we do? And then we drank a lot, boom, boom. And then so that's been $500 on food, okay, which I do all the time. There ain't no flexing. Mm-hmm. That's just normal. That's what I do for my folks. Play poker. Then yesterday, did a Sunday show, got up, smashed the Long Beach, signed, and then Ruben drove in the water again.
Again.
Again. And then and we smashed around. We pulled up on a bar. We drove about 15 minutes down and pulled up on a bar, went to watch the Chiefs-Niners game in the bar, then got back on the boat, smashed back around. We did some things. Boat ran nice yesterday. We had the beat up. Shaun was like tripping, like, damn, the beat on this thing. So, we did what we did. A couple of business. We had a few things that happened. And then Shaun, I took Shaun to the airport last night at 10 o'clock at night. He flew back to Vegas, and he'll be on the show this morning. You can't beat it. So, hey, Smitty, long, great weekend. It was a slow weekend, too. It was a lot going on. Usually they'll go by fast.
Yeah.
It was a slow weekend.
Weekend.
Like it lasted, you know what I'm saying? It lasted.
No, it did. It did. It felt longer than just a 2-day weekend, which I appreciate because, I'm probably the hardest working man in America. So, I appreciate my weekends fully. So the thing I'm most excited about is the fact that Colorado got to that 5th win. I know you made a bet a long time ago. I can't remember how much the money was. I'm going to need Bay to clip it and find out. But you do owe me money, and I'll figure that out. But we'll get to that here in a minute. I know we got to load the show, man. We got my favorite segment, the quote of the day, coming up. So, JB, go ahead and do your thing.
Let's dive into a quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. What up? I am here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is that proud new sponsor of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace. Hey, I forget the commercials on. I just finished talking myself about it.
I know. You literally just got done doing it. That's hilarious. Like, I
like
love how
you
Billy,
tell-
like, because
What
you'll
tell
keep
me,
talking and then Billy will throw a commercial in and you ain't fix your last one. I love that, though. It's funny.
I was still talking. So,
anyway, quote today is right here. This is my favorite segment of the entire show. This sets the tone. Without this, if this is shitty, the show going to be shitty.
it is. Yeah, I had a horrible day, horrible weekend betting. I'm just saying right now. Last weekend, I couldn't miss. I was on fire. This weekend, I was horrible. Hey, it happens. What do you want me to do?
You're a real one, man. Either way, join winnable.com/slap picks and, hey, roll the dice. Sometimes we going to win. Sometimes we going to lose. But either way, you're going to do it with us. We a team.
Yeah, no doubt. And then last week, nobody gave me any props for getting everything right, though. Funny how that works. This week, though, everybody's going to hit me up. You're wrong on this, you're wrong on that. Last week, I was like 7-0, but nobody said nothing. But it's cool. I see how it works.
What have you done for me lately, JB?
Quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. Head on over there. Use the promo code CoachAB. All right, let's go. You will never understand the importance of what I bring to the table until I stop bringing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
That's
saying.
top 6 all time. That's
Just
top
saying.
6 all time.
Top
That's
what?
one of them ones.
Top
That's
what?
top 6, JB.
6?
Top 6, JB. That's fire. Your delivery, your tone, your pace, and your actual context of what you said. The combination of all of, like, you said it perfectly.
What
Like,
does it mean?
don't say it again because it would never be as good as the first time. You said it perfectly.
All right, it's contrary to belief. Then let's move on. If you guys didn't hear it, rewind, go back, and then pound the like when you rewind it, and then listen to it again. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there too if you want to get any DFS and individual picks. Head on over to Prize Picks. Use the promo code CoachJB as well. And then you see that ticker behind me. Head on over there as well to Skybox Sports and get you a ticker for your man cave, for your house, for your coaching office. Skyboxsports.com. Use my promo code CoachJB. The same promo code for everything. Go check it out. Get you 10% off on one of these big tickers right here, 96 inches long, wide. So she said. Contrary to belief, the biggest flex I have is not being scared to lose people as long as I don't lose myself.
I can't worry about losing you, baby. I got to worry about losing me.
As long as I don't lose myself, I can care less about losing you.
Yeah,
That's the real.
That's
All right,
real.
poll question, Smitty. Let's dive right into it. And I got to just ask you from last night's performance. People were booing them early on. They wanted them out. They thought they made a mistake. Mina Kimes, EPA, ASFA, blah, blah, blah. Can Russell Wilson lead the Steelers to a Super Bowl? That's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Before we dive into Mina, and let me put my foot up in that, just like I did that barbecue the other day. Give me your take, Smitty. Where we at? Can he actually lead this great defense, now who runs the ball better than they did with Justin Fields, which Noel Mazzoni and I said, but we don't know shit about football. And this guy who is a Super Bowl winner, been to 2, and clearly can get receivers the ball on time much better. No offense to Justin. I love Justin as a player, a kid, and everything. I think to be personally honest, Smitty, the greatest thing to happen to Justin Fields, he gets to play 6 games or so as a starter for Mike Tomlin. And now he gets to see a guy who's been there, done that, with better arm talent and ball placement, take over, understanding the game. If you watch the game, the difference between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are night and day. And it comes back to operation and pre-snap. If you just watch Russell Wilson at the line of scrimmage manage the football game, you will understand there's a difference in professional quarterback play and trying to learn how to be professional. And that is a huge difference. If you watched it, you don't see Justin get up to the line of scrimmage and check with me, make a check, opposite call it, check the front, check the protection. You don't see any of that. Russell got up there last night and did it every single snap. But y'all don't watch that shit. All you care about is drop back, throw it deep. You don't know shit about football, but if you watch the game, That is the difference. So, Smitty, I'm going to turn it over to you before I answer. Can this guy lead this team to a Super Bowl is the question. They're pretty good everywhere else.
You know what? I'm going to actually say yes. I'm going to say yes only because I believe in Mike Thomas so much. And if you look at the Steelers these last, few seasons, they've won 10-plus games and made it to the playoffs with no quarterback. Now you have a guy, Russell Wilson, who I don't think he's the Russell Wilson of old, but as you saw last night, he's still very capable of making big-time throws. As you just broke down, JB, the mental part of the game, the mental aspect of the game, just checking the play from one play to a better play, being able to kind of, galvanize the troops, maintain the pace, just, be a more of a threat of getting the ball downfield. Sometimes that's all you need. Just the threat alone will make the defense kind of guess and keep them guessing. So because of the really good running game with Najee Harris, who's, really starting to catch fire. I think it's back-to-back 100-plus yard games for him. First time he's done that since the end of last season, week 17, week 18 of last year. So he's starting to heat up. That defense with Patrick Queen over there leading the way is balling. So now it's a matter of if Russell Wilson just don't mess up, which he didn't last night. Early on he was a little off, but he didn't throw no picks. He didn't have any turnovers, and once he got going, threw 2 touchdowns. I said no interceptions. So if he can do that and have that type of game all throughout the year, the Steelers will have a chance. Now, do I think they will do it? No, but key word was can. I do think this team is in the mix. I think every year there's a kind of a a small group of teams that's capable of winning it all, who's capable of getting there. And as I look at the teams at this point going into week 8, the Steelers have to be in that mix of teams that can do it.
Yeah, they're going to be in the mix because, like I said, Shaun and I got in an argument last night, sitting here smoking a stick before I took him to the airport, and he's like, first of all, I was like, dog, the AFC's bad. He goes, no. He goes, he said if Russell and the Steelers were in the NFC, they'd have a better chance. I can't wait to bring that back up with us today. And I'm like, what? The AFC is much worse to me this year than the NFC. And I think Steelers are in prime position. Look what the Jets are doing, falling apart in front of our eyes. Denver has a rookie young QB we don't know anything about yet. The Chargers we don't know about. The Chiefs are the worst 6-0 team I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy, ain't it?
They're 6-0, dog. They're 6-0. And I can't wait to show you a couple of videos that I'm going to continue to show you about Patrick Mahomes. And we're going to break that down this week as well because I'm getting that video. But I can't wait to show you that people just don't hit him because he's taking advantage of the rules for the last 4 years by taking an extra 4 steps. And I brought it up on this show many times before he walks out of bounds. And then he knows nobody will hit him. And last night he ran down the sideline and 4 fucking Frisco Niners just stopped because they wouldn't hit him. Because
I saw the play.
Because they know the rule. They know the rule. And it's like, man, it's crazy, man. So we'll put it in and show you later. But it's unbelievable to me what this league has turned into, man.
And then Mahomes ran somebody over into the end zone. I said, what are y'all doing?
because they're scared to hit him early. Then if he wants to try to drop his shoulder, how do I hit this motherfucker and hurt him, or do I get fined? The Patrick Mahomes thing, to me, defending him is unbelievable. But the AFC is much weaker. Back to my point. It's much weaker than the NFC, in my opinion. You got the Vikings and the Lions sitting there having a dog, like a war over there, coming down to the buzzer.
Packers.
The Packers are a legitimate team. You have the Texans, who on an AFC side, in my opinion, are real contenders. They're hurt and banged up on defense. They have no Nico Collins on offense. They just got one of their best players on running back. Trying to figure out this. Then you got a shitbird Diggs in there, which I told you was going to be a subtraction by addition. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, later. But can they really manage Diggs and that part of it and get back to that? On the road in Lambeau is a tough one for them without Nico, without a couple of defensive starters. So, but they played them tight, could have won the game. So I'm not worried about the Texans and the AFC. That's how bad I think the AFC is. And then you have teams like Miami Dolphins, who I don't believe are very I told you they're weak. I picked the Colts. Who else you got? I just don't see it.
You got the Bengals. They won the game that they needed to win. For some reason, I still believe in the Bengals, though. They showed me enough to make me feel like they got a chance. You know, we'll see this upcoming
offensively though. Their defense is atrocious, and that's the problem. I just don't see any defense. Like, at least the Chargers got a decent D. Even though they gave up a lot of ass to a team. I don't know.
The Browns just lost Deshaun Watson for probably the season.
That's addition by subtraction. That's addition by subtraction.
We'll dive into that a little later because that was kind of crazy. The fans were cheering as he was getting carted off the field.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I'm on the water, but I heard we were watching. We had the games on, but we couldn't. You know, we're just chilling. So we're gonna dive into that one. But it's interesting, man, to say the least. I don't know. I think Russell Wilson gives them a better shot, and I believe it's the best thing for a lame duck Justin Fields, because lame duck means he got signed for a Chico stick and string cheese. They didn't have to pay him nothing.
Right.
So now that he's got 6 games under his belt again after starting for 2.5 seasons in Chicago, now you're back to, all right, this guy can do something. We've seen him do pretty decent in
4-2, yep.
And I think he had 10 touchdowns to 1 pick or 2 picks. I don't know. Total touchdowns. But listen, I think somebody will sign him if they don't keep him there, and Russell don't move on. Who knows? Yeah. So
now you're 100% right, because I mean, coming to the season, I think most of us didn't even think he would play at all. You know, we didn't know Russ would be hurt. Obviously, none of that. So the fact that he did get those 6 games, to me, you know, he's going to play with house money. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the Steelers, as I'm sure they will do it as the season goes, they can still use him in spots. They didn't use him at all last night, but it was some red zone situations where I'm like, man, they could put him in here just to, you know, get a scramble, do some RPO, do some. So I still think, to your point, that it's not like all over for Justin Fields, and the Steelers team is dangerous. I will say that, man.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny that Brandon Marshall asked Mike Tomlin, like, why would you do that? And Tomlin basically, I think we have a video.
Your boldest decisions to go with 3. And you know, I'm a Pittsburgh guy from East Liberty.
That's why I'm well compensated. Thank you.
That's why I'm well compensated. That's why they pay me the big bucks. That's real.
He got up like, Brandon Marshall, you're a fucking slapdick. I don't know if you noticed how he got up. He wasn't getting up like laughing with him and chilling with him. Like, that's not like, he don't look at Brandon Marshall like, you my boy.
That ain't the homie, really. That ain't the.
And I've heard some stories that it ain't the homie. Let's FYI, I'm gonna throw that out there. So that's exactly what I expected too.
Say it, homie. Say it right now, live on the show.
That's why he said what he said, though.
But tell us the story though. Like, tell us like what you know.
I'm not gonna dive into it because his boy is my boy, and I don't want to throw him under the bus for in confidence. That's what I do. I keep it real. Now, if I got a beef with one of them, then I'm gonna throw it out there. So, but anyway, that's just crazy to me. You know, stat of the day, though, Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass in his last 20 games, the longest active streak in the NFL. And Shaun King and I were both very high on Russell Wilson last year. But see, the common betting DraftKings FanDuel guy didn't see Russell Wilson as a top 5 statistical guy last year in Denver in all categories. They just saw him as, the Denver didn't do nothing, and Russell's just Russell. Russell had a hell of a year last year. None of you cats understand it because you don't know football and you're just bettors or fantasy footballers. You don't really realize how good of a season he had. Or on the flip side, to JB's point, was he just average in a very bad quarterback playing league? And as you see right now, Patrick Mahomes is 6-0 in a worst quarterback-driven league of all time. He has more interceptions than touchdowns, Smitty.
And I know we're supposed to say Patrick Mahomes, but, like, I ain't going to lie. He looks bad right now. The Chiefs don't look good, but they're undefeated, JB. Like,
and they dominated the Niners. They dominated the Niners. They dominated the Niners.
If you're a Chiefs fan, should you be excited? Should you be concerned? Should you be like, I don't know how you should. It feels like whoever plays the Chiefs, they decide to play their worst game that week. Every time they play the Chiefs.
Listen, or is that just how great fucking Andy Reid is, dog? Like,
or that defense. We keep saying
does.
Andy Reid, which I respect a lot, but that Chiefs defense got. That's
one of the top. Here's the thing, though. Why we don't talk about that when he wins Super Bowl, though? It goes right to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls because of their defense, just contrary to belief. In 2 of those Super Bowls, he's thrown for under 200 yards. In the other one, he got absolutely obliterated by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the one he beat the Eagles in, he threw for 181 yards. And last year was his first Super Bowl over 300 because Andy Reid owns the Niners. Let's just get that out the way.
I got another stat of the day, and fact check me on this. From what I looked up, the Niners have not beat the Chiefs in a regular season or playoff game since 2014.
2014.
Look it up.
Andy Reid owns them, number one. And this is the point I make, though, dog. This is Patrick Mahomes if he would have got drafted in Chicago, Indianapolis, Houston, Jacksonville, Carolina, Arizona, any of those places. This is the Patrick Mahomes you would have been seeing for the last 6 years, and he would have been traded 3 times by now. But what do I know? Y'all put him on the Mount Rushmore, but I've been saying the only one sticking to his guns forever, and I'll continue to do that because I don't care about losing y'all as long as I don't lose myself.
Woo, he cooking right now. I can't even lie.
I'm going to stay to being myself, homeboy. That is an average QB in a great system designed as a gimmick. As I've been telling the Kansas City News Star and News Radio and all those slapdicks up there in Kansas City. The Queendom, you have been blessed with the best football coach in football. Thank him. Patrick Mahomes every year should give him a new house. He should move out of his current house and say, Andy, here's your new house. Every year. Every year. Or like 30% or something, like a finder's fee. Andy, here you go, dog. You save my ass every day. We don't have Hollywood Brown. We don't have any big whiteout outside. We lost one of our best whiteouts as a shitbird. We got 16 arrests a year, and I continue to win. Holy shit. I owe you, Andy Reid, everything. Thank you, Lord, for giving me $500 million and giving me all this glory. Jesus' name, amen. That is what you owe Andy Reid. Because I'm just telling you, dog, that is the Patrick Mahomes he's been. He just has had better talent around him and been saved. Grace is a hell of a thing.
It's crazy, man. Like I was watching, kind of making it all full circle, watching the Jets game last night. I'm like, the Chiefs look horrible, but they always find a way to win.
You know why, though?
The Jets look horrible, and they always find a way to lose. It's a culture thing.
That was my point, and I'm glad you said that. No one talks about the defense in Kansas City saving a bad Patrick Mahomes. But everyone says Aaron Rodgers must carry his team. Hold on, homie. Hold on now. So how is Aaron Rodgers only supposed to carry his team with no defense? Sauce Gardner, overrated. He won't fight through a fucking rub route pick and run his ass and go chase a wide open crosser that Russell Wilson just throws up like this.
I don't know if he overrated, homie. The last 2 games, they ain't even throw the ball at him. That was an actual stat. I don't know. I don't know, JB.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
We can say what we want. He sure was better as a rookie, and everyone, all that hype, right? We sure got a lot of hype on him, and then we ain't really seen him do really much. He has no contact courage. And if you're a coach and understand what I'm saying, you'll understand what I'm saying. Watch him tackle. Watch him come up and fit the run. Watch him. He don't want no part of that shit, homie. He thinks he's Deion Sanders. He just wants to play cover 0 and lock his man up, and hopefully nobody runs the football ever. That's number 1. Number 2, Garrett Wilson. But let me finish the point on the defense, though.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but then Patrick Mahomes carries his team when the defense that Spagnuolo runs, who's the best big game DC in football, and then has the number 1 defense for the last 3 years, carries Patrick Mahomes. Nobody brings it up ever. No one's ever said Spagnuolo's defense carries average Patrick Mahomes. Only thing I hear is Patrick Mahomes has got 3 Super Bowls and he should be on the Mount Rushmore and blah, blah, blah. Homie, it's the most overrated quarterback in big-time NFL history. I'm just telling you.
The Jets have given up 60 points in their last 2 games defensively. And on the other side, the Chiefs have given up 31 points in their last 2 games defensively. Literally half, basically. So just to give you just a difference of what's going on.
Let's be honest, dog. Where's the offense in New York? How bad is this culture in the Jets locker room? These guys that wear C's on their thing. If I'm Brick, if I took the head job today at the New York Jets, I have a team meeting, and I bring the jerseys up. And I fucking rip the C right off Aaron Rodgers' fucking jersey and throw it right into the fucking team's into the meeting. There ain't no fucking captains on this team. Let's start with that shit. See, they don't want me as a head coach in this fucking league because they know I'll win right away. But I'm going to throw the fucking patch right at the fucking team. Here's your captain, fucking captain. I'm going to throw it right off. I'm going to take the other captain off of whoever else the other guys are. Because I'm just telling you, there ain't no leadership. Because if there was, we wouldn't only be blaming the losses on a lame duck head coach who's the current D coordinator in Brick. A lame duck head coach in Salah who you fired, who actually was probably the only guy that had any type of structure, even though everybody wanted him fired. He was the guy holding them together. And I always say, be careful what you ask for, homie, in this thing. So they got rid of a lame duck guy in Salah. They got a guy in Brick who they all were, oh, it's going to be a new thing. And then he demotes the OC and they make Todd Downing the new OC. And then it's a new excuse. Well, we got to blend it. Takes time. And then we go get Devontae Adams. And then Mike Williams misses 2 days of practice. And then he comes back and plays last night, catching the ball like this, Smitty. I'm like, is this in the NFL? Is this motherfucker in the NFL catching a crossing route like this? Mike Williams, 6'5". Why you ain't catching the ball, homie, like this and running like an NFL wideout? This motherfucker got the ball like that. Shaun King and I are like, whew. That's why he caught it and fell down, Smitty.
Yeah.
The ball was perfect. All you got to do is catch the rock like an NFL guy and keep going. This motherfucker's stopping and putting his knees up like a fucking third grader catching a football. This team is bad. There's no structure. There's no organization. There's no leadership at all by the players. And everybody's going to blame all the coaching movement and changes and all this shit. No. Grow up, dog. I got 2 takes on this, Smitty. There is a roster problem. The players should step up and say, this is what the fuck we got to do, players. We got to be better. Like, Garrett Wilson, homie, you're overrated little poo butt ass. Dropping balls in your chest. Motherfucker dropping a wheel route. That couldn't have been.
That was a perfect throw. He threw it in between, perfectly in between 2 people.
Oh, have you noticed that the whole crew catches the ball with their chest? Who's coaching them? I'm just throwing it out there. Ball picked. The other pick, though, Smitty, was even worse than the drop. He let Aaron Rodgers throw a pick. He did. He let him throw a pick. And I hope we can show that video. But you got to watch that video.
You got to break that down to me then. Because I remember, I see the play in my head right now. First of all, the DB or whatever, hell of a play, turn, one hand, brought it in. I think Aaron Rodgers was thinking, he's facing this way. Let me sneak one behind his back fast enough to where he won't be able to turn around. But you're telling me that the receiver, you're saying it was on Garrett.
All day long, 1,000%.
All right.
1,000% on Garrett.
We'll bring that film in a little bit later, and you can break that down to me and kind of explain that to me.
But here's the thing: why I'm saying though, this is just a bad culture, and it starts, dog, with Woody. You're the owner, dog. You created this shit show of events. You've created this shit. So stop blaming everybody else. There is no leadership in there. When you let Aaron Rodgers miss, when you let him go to whatever. All right, here we go. That's a drop. And then there's a second one that he dropped that's even worse.
He didn't drop. It was the other interception that Aaron Rodgers threw where he tried to sneak it behind the DB's back.
He dropped it. We call those drops, Smitty.
Okay.
And we'll break it down. If we can find it, we'll break it down. But yeah, that ball right there, did you see it just beat his chest up?
Yeah, that was bad.
Smitty, this is an organization as a man that, not that one, homie. We've seen that one. There's another one over the middle. The guy one hand picks it on the second pick. And let me show you, Smitty. Let me tell you something. As a man,
first pick.
As a man, you have to have some sort of nuts and guts as a man, okay? Just a man, not a woman, not a human, just as a man, as a leader of this group. And you must go in there and say, I'm starting from square one. Fire me if you want. And I'm talking about being Brick, the new head coach. I need to start over. Hey, Garrett, I don't care how much money you make. You drop a ball, I want 10 push-ups right on the fucking spot. I need, and Smitty, I'm telling you, homie. I'm just telling you, dog. It sounds minute and it sounds funny and corny.
No, it don't sound corny. I just think you have a college mentality though. Like your coaching styles for college, that shit ain't working with these dudes making more money than these coaches. They not doing that. That's
the problem though. That's why you have to get it back. You can do it, Smitty. It's happened. Guys have made money and a lot of money, and it's happened.
It's the same reason why Eric Bieniemy just didn't work, because Eric Bieniemy's similar to you. He's one of hard nose, talk to you, but it just didn't work.
But it did work with Eric Bieniemy though. That's what you don't get. It did work.
The guy didn't work. Not as the actual main guy didn't.
But Smitty, it did work when he had Andy Reid. The leadership is my point, homie. You can have an OC that don't like. Andy knows that. Andy knew that. You can have an OC or a DC that the players don't have to love, but the head coach made it right. He made it right. They don't have that in New York. They don't have that at a lot of places. So if the head guy, though, Smitty, if I'm in there, right, and I'm running the whole thing and you got two guys they don't like as coordinators, it don't matter. They're coming to me anyway. Coach tripping. And I de-escalate it. I fix it because I'm that guy. I got that it factor. There ain't no it factor in that locker room right now as the head coach, homie.
And they're losing, which is why I'm telling you, if Brick go in there talking about some 10 push-ups, the shit just ain't gonna work. It's gonna make it worse.
But that's what I'm saying as a man. That's why my point. When are you gonna be a man and just say, you know what, I can't allow this? Because this is my name at the end of the day. I won't be retained as the head coach. Right now, you could already say that.
Yeah.
So why don't I go out like me, not like Willie Lump Lump? I'll be damned if I go out like Willie Lump Lump, homie, and this is on my resume, and I just took it in the ass, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'll just go ahead, Garrett, do what you want. Pull his ass out in the game, but in practice, Smitty, he's got 10 push-ups right on the spot. Nobody's filming that. We don't need to see it. I'll close down practice to everything. I wouldn't allow nobody in there. I'm getting back to brass tacks square one. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, guess what you're doing today? Fucking 100 yards of drop drills at 40. Yeah. Because you missed fucking camp anyway, and I'm taking that C off your chest, and we need to come in there with some damn neutral colored jerseys at practice and earn that goddamn white and green. I'd put their asses in fucking gray like I used to do, and it's like fucking straight penitentiary, homie. And yeah, it is college mentality, but you know what? So what? What do you got to lose? This team's horrible. This team's getting fucking drugged. You want to get drugged or you want to change it around? You got a lot of names on the front, on the back of your jerseys in New York, but you ain't got no name on the front, homie. It's fucking, it's unbelievable. You got all these guys on the back of your jerseys' names: Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson. You got a lot of supposed to be and want to be ass cats. You ain't got nobody that says Jets on the front. And there ain't nobody in that locker room that combines to say Jets. Everybody wants to talk about me. Can we go back to that pick real quick, Bailey, so I can break it down? Let me tell you why he has no physicality when he runs routes, Smitty. So that's a hole between two backers. You see it?
Yep.
Now, if he's a receiver that's supposed to not allow a pick and run his route with his elbows driving and getting back downhill. So when we run zone concept, Smitty, I need to get big for my QB. Look at that fucking guy drifting away in between two guys in zone. Why isn't he coming up hard and getting in front of this guy and catching a rock? We come back to ball, Smitty, as wide receivers. We don't do this. This is my point to Mike Williams and everybody catching the ball with their chest. They're either A, scared of Aaron Rodgers' arm strength, or B, they have nobody coaching them up. And C, we're allowing mediocrity at the all-time high to get the fucking ball out of our chest in the NFL. Why is he in a zone concept and he's drifting away, Smitty? In zone, you come back downhill to the ball, just like a man curl route.
Yeah.
If I'm in man and I got a corner on my fucking back, I'm running downhill to the Q. Same thing in zone. I got to get big in zone. I got to come back and find the window, make my chest big for the Q. This is unbelievable, man. This is soft route running. And this is not ever going to win in the NFL, ever. So I'm just telling you, dog, there's no more real coaching anymore. And we just allow shit, dog. We just allow it. Oh, Garrett Wilson, you're supposed to be the greatest. Supposed to be, and are galaxies apart. I'm supposed to be this. Well, you're not. And that's what people don't understand. But it is what it is. Smitty, we're going to dive right into some college shit before Matt jumps on.
Let's do it.
Take a look at this shit. I need a breast anyway.
Oh, yeah. For all the audio listeners right now, man, this is a sideline. It was a fight between two USF, University of South Florida players on the sideline in the third quarter of the game. Other teammates are having to hold them back, separate them from each other. One guy threw a punch, other guy punched them back. I think they end up rallying and winning this game. South Florida,
yeah, they did.
They did end up winning this game, but JB, we'll start with you as the college legend yourself. Head coach. If first of all, if this was your team, you're the head coach of this team, and you see this, what is your first action? What's happening?
I want to know. Listen. The head coach there is a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. I've known his dad also. His dad's a long-time college coach. That's how he got in there anyway. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. These coaches, man, are a bunch of allowers. And I'm not going to take a shot at Golish. He's a good dude and all, but show the video again, Bailey. You know what I would do, Smitty.
They're done.
Well, no. It's not really that. I've had these issues. This is normal. Smitty, we've all been in these issues.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna cut these guys and all that.
No, I am not cut, but you send them down for a minute.
But here's the thing and I thought I was hoping you, and it's a hard question, but I was hoping you would say, oh, I know where you'd be. Where's the head coach in this fight is what I'm asking. That's what I meant by what I would do. I am in the middle of that. I'm the guy in there. I'm the guy in there. You know why? Because
they ain't gonna swing on you.
Well, maybe they do. But here's my point. That's what the test is. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start. That is what it is. It's a bunch of meat market cats with a bunch of pieces of meat. And I don't know if you watched, but Golish was never over there. It's continued. It's gonna happen even worse later. And I'm gonna be honest. Lincoln Riley's getting beat by Maryland, and if you watch him, he's at the opposite end of the field on the sideline with the quarterback, and their team on defense and team on offenses are in huddles on the field, and he's 30 yards away with his quarterback as if he's the fucking OC only. Lincoln Riley is as bad as it gets. These coaches are prime examples of highly paid, overpaid under-deliverers. And I mean under-deliverers by screw wins and losses, dog. You're under-delivering with these kids that you brought there. And I'm just telling you right now, this is college sports. So they fought themselves, Smitty, which is different to me than fighting or swinging on another team or coach or adult. If you're fighting yourselves, I actually don't mind it as much. Like, I actually like it. But in a game though, we look like a clusterfuck, and then I want that at practice. I used to start fights in practice with my staff. So I would have my staff in meetings and say, "Hey, Keith, you starting at this today and stretch." So my defensive line coach would go and fucking start talking shit to my offensive players, just to start chirping and getting all these motherfuckers talking and stretch.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose. And then the next day, hey, Johnny, let's say he's my wideout coach. You talking shit to the DBs and stretch, and we get them motherfuckers going. So then I want to know how my coaches can handle a bunch of riled up cats when the pads hit. Because we'll start practice off straight out of the gate with live good versus good team. We'll do a 2-minute drill right out the gate to get the shit going live.
Yeah.
And I want to see how coaches manage that shit once the stretch lines got these motherfuckers all talking shit. And that's by design, homie. I did that on purpose. I wanted to see how coaches handle it, A, so we don't have that situation on the sideline in the game. And then B, how the kids respond to when I just say enough's enough. All right, fucking stop. I allowed you to start. Now I'm stopping you. And can they do it? Can they? Huh? You ever seen that movie, Longest Yard? Or Longest Yard, right? Whistle blew.
Yeah.
Oh no, they shot the gun.
He shot the gun there. Yep. It was a wrap. Yep.
Huh?
Immediately just stopped.
That's my point. So, it is.
I mean, fights happen in practice all the time, amongst teammates. Like you said, I mean, part of that is good, but yeah, during the game, it's just a bad look. But hey, they rallied and they won the game. So I mean, it must have figured it out. But yeah, my only thing, Coach JB, I know you say that all these coaches just allow stuff to happen, in which I agree. I do feel like we do see a lot of that, but it's hard for me to believe that like we don't have any coaches like you no more. We don't have any coaches who have a little bit of that.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, especially because you still know some of these coaches. You're friends with some of these coaches. So, like, ain't none of these coaches got a little bit of that mentality to them at all?
That they don't. And that's why, because like I started off the show with, this is the data analytical side of things. That's why they're getting more and more in and getting less and less Mike Tomlins. You saw it last night. You saw an analytical staff on the New York Jets against an old school guy that told everybody, I don't give a shit about your analytics. I'm going to play Russell Wilson, even though we're 4-2, even though Mina Kimes has said this won't work, even though ESPN and all these talkers have said it won't work. I'm going to do me, stand on business, and when it comes down to it, I'm doing what football coaches do, not what spreadsheets say. Not what Excel spreadsheets say, Mike McDaniel. I'm just telling you, dog, there is a fundamental difference. I'm convinced, and I always will be, that you can't put a square in a round hole. Football is meant to be violent. It's meant to be physical. It's meant to take points when you're supposed to take points. It's meant to kick the football when you're supposed to. And it's meant to have strategy on flipping the field.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a strategy to that. Going for it on 4th and 1 from your own 20 because the spreadsheet said so is asinine. And there's even if you got it, Smitty, it doesn't matter. Guess what? Flip the field. Maybe the punt is fumbled. Right. Maybe the punt is fumbled and I get on it down there. And it's like I just threw a pick over there on 4th down just to save me some time and energy. Like, people don't coach no more to coach football. They coach to please people. Mm. And we're pleasing DraftKings and FanDuel and bettors who are telling people that they Kevin Durant, man, you cost me my fucking parlay. And I love Kevin Durant's response when he was like, "Well, fuck, you ain't paying me when you win." Like, that's all we care about, homie. That's what these kids care about now. That's what these guys have done, and it's convoluted it's polluted the sport, and I just truly believe that. But it is what it is. So hey, let's get Matt in here, and then we'll take a break right after that since we got so much to get to today.
We got a load of show. A lot of topics we didn't even get to in that first hour, but we can move them down, Bailey. But let's bring on the Colorado legend, NFL dog, baller in the trenches on both sides of the ball, the one and only Matt McChesney. Welcome to the show. How you doing, my guy?
I'm pretty fucking good. How are you?
I bet you are, man. You got that look in your eye.
Hey, Phil, it's good. It's good to be a Buffalo these days.
It is good to be a Buffalo, man. I had a chance to hop in for a little bit during the watch party with you and Bailey. Shout out to y'all, man. And it seems like when I got off the call, things just kept rolling for the Buffs, man. Anytime your best player can sit out during an entire half, typically a pretty good sign that you're out there balling out. And it wasn't even a flawless performance, and they still kicked their ass, which to me is like, man, like to end the game and look like, hey, we still got things that we need to work on, but you still win 34-7. To me, is a good sign that. And I said this to you during the watch party. When I watched the Colorado team, to me, they look like a real team. Like, they look like a serious team that's coached. There's a culture there, obviously, and there's improvement there in my eyes. But Matt, what was your overall just take and view just watching this game?
It was needed. You know, they needed to go there and beat the hell out of these people, and they did. And they didn't play perfect, but they played well. That defense is mean, bro. Like, they are mean. They're opportunistic, and they didn't even have their best player. I mean, Travis probably shouldn't have played. I admire the toughness, but hopefully he can be healthy for Saturday night in Folsom, because that's 5-2 Cincinnati against 5-2 CU for a ranking number 1 and an opportunity to go maybe play for the Big 12 title. That's how big that game is on Saturday night for both teams. So, look, I thought Shedeur was okay, and I'm okay with that, because I don't know how many times I've said this, but Mark Jones just said it on his broadcast, and Brock Heward said it on his broadcast. But of course, he didn't quote me. But when Shedeur doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to do everything in this game, and it made it so he could even make a couple mistakes, and they still roll. So, look, man, if they're going to play complimentary football and they're going to run the ball, the offensive line was awesome. I saw them pulling tackles, and Smalls, the tight end, was killing people on his wrap plays, on all the scissor stuff with the tight end, and they're moving people at the point of attack. And look, people can say that Arizona's not any good, but they were favored, and tons of people picked them. So, that narrative is getting played out here. You play who you play. I was impressed. I think that Coach Prime has found his sweet spot. I think he knows how to recruit the portal now. He's got the right coaches. Livingston is a fucking home run hire. I mean, I don't have really a whole lot of negative shit to say about this, man. 7 sacks, only giving up 1. It's almost like it's almost me looking at it from a bird's eye view and just taking away the logo and the love for the logo, obviously. I think it's a really good football team with a lot of depth, and they just keep rolling new guys in that make plays. And I mean, shit, bro, they arguably didn't have their best running back. They didn't have Travis Hunter for more than a half, and he probably shouldn't have been playing. They just rotated Hood in. He's got 2 picks in 2 weeks. Shiloh played a little bit, made a couple of plays, but didn't play a ton. So they can guard him a little bit too. Just wait until this team gets healthy. Holy shit.
Hey, Matt, congrats on the win, man. Big win. Arizona, hot to play there. Started at 90 degrees, I believe, at kickoff. It's always different. Coming from altitude to the desert is always a challenge. Let me ask you, you mentioned on defense you were tough, tenacious, and nasty. What's the difference between this week playing them being tough, tenacious, and nasty, and then getting ran through against Kansas State when they weren't tough, tenacious, and nasty? What is the big difference in that? Can they be tough, tenacious, and nasty every week, or is it competition, you think, or is it a better team, or what?
I think it's a different kind of toughness. They got up in this game and were able to pin their ears back and rush the passer, 7 sacks. In the Kansas State game, they were down, 24-14 in the fourth quarter, and Shedeur had to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and he did. It didn't work, but he did. I think that the physicality of K-State, initially kind of jumped on them a little bit, and they weren't ready for it coming off the bye week. But again, like Nebraska taught Colorado a lesson earlier in the season, I think Kansas State also taught Colorado a lesson. Last year, they weren't learning from their losses. They kept losing 1-score games. This year, they seem to be learning from their losses. And I talk about this as a coach. I was talking about this morning at 5 a.m. with a new kid that signed up. You're not, bro, I don't care if you fail. I care about your attitude while you're failing. Are you learning from this? Are we going to do this again? Or is this repetitive losing nature that's inside of you? And last year, there were still, even though he turned the roster over, there were still a lot of guys there that had been in a repetitive losing atmosphere forever. And I think now year 2, sitting at 5-2 and a chance to go 6-2 before a massive game, a bye week, and then a massive game going to Lubbock to play Texas Tech. I think that everything that we've seen is a learning opportunity. And look, they're not going to – I didn't think they would go undefeated. But looking at the rest of their schedule, I think they should win every game they play from now on.
Hey, Matt.
BYU and Iowa State's just slipped by the skin of their teeth this weekend. I don't think they're both going to be undefeated. I don't think you'll have an undefeated team in the Big 12. So all these tiebreakers, Kansas State and Iowa State played the last game of the year. BYU already beat Kansas State, but Iowa State and BYU don't play, and CU doesn't play Iowa State or BYU. So I don't know how this is all going to shake out, so you can only play the schedule you got. right now, if that defense plays the way they did and they can play with the lead, I think that this is the best team in the conference.
See, I only think they play that way when they're shitty teams, though, against shitty teams. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? If I know you hate to hear this narrative, but if I told you that before the season we were like, oh fuck, man, this league is way better. We all said it. Like Steve Kim and I and Smitty and we had a discussion. We're like, fuck, I don't see where they get 6 wins at because preseason. Let's just talk this schedule was like Oklahoma State's supposed to be this and this.
Yeah,
and
they're all
these teams are shitty, and the league has turned into be actually shitty. And I know you hate to hear this, and I know you're an insider. You see the building and the culture change and all these things. But if the naysayers and the haters like me and everybody, if I were to say like Matt, I think it's the same team as last year. I just think the conference is that bad. I think the Pac-12 last year was light years ahead of this team. You lost to a guy like Cam.
Pac-12 last year was awesome.
But Cam Ward left the league. Let's just talk about semantics. Cam Ward left the Pac-12. He goes to ACC, and you have a Washington State team now, or you got all these teams that have just basically went like this. And then this team had all that in the Pac-12 last year. You had a much better quarterback league. You had a much better league. And as far as we had 3 or 4 teams, we were on this show talking about possible playoff contenders. Who's going to win? Oregon, Washington? Is it going to be Utah? Is it going to be fucking this? And then they all left, broke it up. And then it goes to the Big 12. And now we thought, oh shit, Big 12 might be better than it is. And it's not. It just isn't that good. I think it's the same team, Matt. I know you're inside. I think it's the same team in a shittier league. That's all.
I don't see how. Who'd you pick on Saturday?
Arizona.
No shit. So look, I'm just saying, if you can't see the improvement in the team and the defensive line and the linebacker play, the defense especially, and how much better they're making the offense. Look, do I think the league is better than last year? No, absolutely not. But do I think that the Big 12 is terrible? No, I don't think that either. I think that the teams that were picked at the bottom of the league are a lot better than the ones that they thought would be at the top. And that's why you don't listen to the fucking media when they pick, and like rankings don't mean dick. We have to play. So
yeah. Look,
I know I'm a homer, and I don't know if I would have gone the other way, but I'm ultra critical of this team as well.
No, when they don't run the ball,
they're real.
Yeah. Let me. I know you come out and say, "Hey, man, I want to see some pin and pull. I want to see some counter trey."
And they did it, like tackles pulling, and they're getting creative in the run game. Like I was with it.
Man, I know you're going to stand on it and say when you need to say shit, especially as an alum and as a former player. You are passionate about the group. But I'm on the other side of just saying, man, I see the improvement in bodies types. I see the improvement in some things, but I also see the bad football that they're playing. And I think, and I want to bring this up to you, and I was fucking with you on your live when I was loaded, but Nebraska getting beat by Indiana by 60 does not look good for Colorado. And I don't mean it even in a playoff sense. Let's just say Colorado runs the table and they're in the conversation as the conference winner to get into the playoff. I think that's a huge, huge black eye for Colorado because again, to my point, I think this league and these teams are so bad in a watered-down product in college football that Nebraska goes to Indiana and gets beat by fucking 60. And now that loss to Colorado lost to Nebraska, pretty major loss, now looms bad over their head. I just think that's a horrible loss. What do you think about me? What do you want to call me for that?
I just
delusional, slapdick, whatever.
It's a 5 weeks later and totally different circumstances.
That's fair.
Look, I also think it's ridiculous that you don't think college football is good. College football is fucking awesome. It is super competitive every week. Damn near every game is a fucking. It's either a show of great talent or it's a dogfight. Tennessee, Alabama was a fucking dogfight. You can talk about some of the problems in the game. Every game has problems. People fuck up all the time. Texas A&M is on a roll. Texas, Georgia was a fucking baptism. Welcome to the SEC. Like it's just an Army and Navy. Their stories are fucking incredible. The fact that you could get both those teams playing in the conference championship and the Army Navy game the next week, it doesn't get better than that. The Army quarterback should get invited to New York since we're talking about the Heisman. You got a guy at Boise State that's going off that might break Barry Sanders' rushing record. You got fucking good quarterback play in the ACC, and guy, you don't know who's going to win that conference. Clemson and all their white dudes might win. Rowdy White, right at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miami's back. I think that the entire landscape of college football right now, when you look at a 12-team playoff, you've got I bet you've got 40 teams. 40 going into November, which has never happened before in the history of college football, that have a chance to make the playoff.
Well, we've never had 12 teams make a playoff.
That sit in their team room, and you know this, coach. Give a fuck what the media says. Sit in their team room and go, look at the schedule. If we run the table or we go 6-1 or 5-1 to finish the season, we have a chance to play for the playoff. How fucking motivated are you? And I got goosebumps talking about it right now. Like,
here's why
everything's in front of so many teams. It's incredible. College football's fucking sick right now.
Yeah, but we're only saying that because now we have 12 teams allowed. If it was
obviously that's why I'm saying it's so cool. What the fuck?
I'm saying, I know, but
I'm a fan of the 12 team. I've been a fan even before it started. I know JB's been anti-12 teams.
They should go to 14.
Yeah, I think then we should go to 70.
If you wanted to, if they played a fucking March Madness 64-game college football tournament, it would be the fucking coolest thing ever.
I know. We had nobody play. Nobody would play. They'd all opt out. Yeah, it'd be real fucking nice.
I don't think guys are gonna opt out. I think guys are gonna get into the playoffs.
I'll bet you any amount of money. I bet anyone any amount of money there's gonna be holdouts in the playoffs this year.
I would think that every kid will play their balls off to go win a national title. I don't think anybody will fall out.
I guarantee it. There's somebody going to sit out.
Well, then Bailey, clip this fucking receipt right here, and we'll see.
And I've been saying that. There's a bunch of videos from me saying that.
I know you think everybody in this generation's a bunch of bitches, and they're all
motivated. No, I really don't.
I get it.
It's half, Matt. I think the coaches are a bunch of bitches, too. I think us as adults have allowed a lot of shit. And to your point, correction is not criticism. And now when we correct you now, Matt, we are too hard on you. And now I'm like, whoa. And then I can go to the portal because I can't hold an immature young man accountable anymore because they'll just go fucking sulk and then enter the portal and suck their teeth.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. My college coach used to always say, if I fuck up on one of you soft motherfuckers in here, I have to ride you for 5 years. I wish I could just go to the NFL and cut you. Well, now college football is the NFL. If we fuck up making a recruiting mistake and this kid's a pussy and he can't fucking get out of bed and he can't stop smoking dope and he's entitled, and then hit the portal, motherfucker. I'll find somebody else.
Yeah, but that's allowing it, though.
Indiana, though, they have 80 transfers. Yeah. They're undefeated. Yeah. So the transfer portal thing might work.
Hey, but listen, you would not renege today and come on this show and tell me that wasn't what you needed, though, at that time.
Well, yeah, but it's also I can't compare myself to the kids these days. I don't know. Look, time out. I'm going to just let me finish.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I got kicked out of school when I was a sophomore. I got kicked out. I had to go to community college for drinking and partying. I didn't get to play in the Fiesta Bowl on the starting defensive end on the 0-1 championship team. I got suspended. I got kicked out of school all spring. I came back and broke my fucking leg and missed an entire season the next year. I would have been an absolute perfect candidate for the transfer portal. Yeah. And I bet you they would have told me to go in it. And that's just the nature of the business.
No, I disagree.
And back in the day, Gary Barnett gave me the opportunity to come back. I didn't want to go sit out and go somewhere else.
And real quick, JB, that's a good point too.
Now, if I'm coming off of I just started 11 games. We're a conference champion. I played really well, and I got in trouble. And and all of a sudden, teams are like, "Hey, we're not going to suspend you. We're not going to do shit. We're going to bring you into the transfer portal and pay you this amount to come be a mercenary for us." I'm not saying that I would have gone, but I'm not saying I'm not going to listen.
Right. I disagree. I think that you would have been a perfect candidate for fucking JUCO.
JUCO is the transfer portal, dog. What's the difference?
Not anymore. No, that's my point. It ain't the transfer portal.
No, but even that went to JUCO. He goes to JUCO, and then he's gonna go to another school after that.
Go to a different school.
So
exactly.
He can go back. No, he can go back. A lot of guys went back.
I never saw anybody go back ever.
Oh, there's a guy. I send guys all the time. It's called, we take you off the marketing list. Hey, I want him back. I got to get him back. I need him to get out of here for a year, and you get him right.
You would probably have more. You'll have more of a history with that than I would. I never saw anybody come back that left.
Yeah, no, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, coaches take guys off. Hey, JB, just don't put him on the marketing list as a guy getting recruited this year because I want him back. I've done that 30 times plus. But let me ask you something.
Just to argue that point, though, there are guys that go in the transfer portal and then go back to their same school.
Right. That's what I don't get.
Well, it's called leverage, homie. It's when you have the hammer as a player and you want to leverage your opportunity to get paid more. That's what you have to do. It doesn't matter if someone doesn't like it. Fuck what you think. Yeah. Not you or anyone like specifically. I'm saying if I'm the player and I'm good and I say, okay, I'm going to go in the transfer portal or you're going to give me what I'm worth. And they say, prove it. I'm going to the transfer portal. That's the way this works. Like people don't have to pay for stipend checks for free anymore. So go get yours, dog. Fuck. I'm with this right now. Until the NCAA changes this or they fucking figure out a salary cap or whatever the fuck they're gonna do, mercenary ball is on and popping.
No, it is. We're always going to disagree on this. So that's what makes it
you are correct. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. You're the head coach. Arizona's people get fired and they hire Coach JB. And you want to turn the roster over. You're not going in the transfer portal to get your guys?
Here's the difference, and it's a great question. Here's why I think there's a difference. Like I was talking to Sark and Lane last year about this, and I'm like, dog, why are you guys great recruiters who have a name in the portal so much? And you know what their answer was to me? I got to keep up with the Joneses.
Well,
and
so?
I to your point, and I'm just like, damn, you're a Texas homie, Ole Miss. Like, why do you got to keep up with the Joneses? Create your own Joneses. Like, that's where but it's a great question, and you caught me in a catch-22 because if I just took over, is what your question was?
Yeah, man. You have to go like rebuild the program.
I have to go get some. No doubt. I got to go.
Nettie, Deion Sanders, like you ain't got to like in that situation.
Here's what Kirk did, though. Here's what Kirk did, who I've known for a long time. I went in there and evaluated the roster that I was left. All right, that's what he did. He went in there and evaluated the roster. The first thing a head coach does is evaluate the O-line. Like, let's be honest. Matt, you would think that too, and then D-line would probably be second.
I do think that.
So I'm going in there right now, and I'm going to say how many, and I'm going to go, how many fucking Matt McChesney do I have on this roster? And if I do have some, and I go have a meeting with them and sit down, and they're somewhat engaged, and I can get them to stay. I'm working my first few weeks on the job doing that, and then I'm going to go figure out my quarterback situation, and then obviously I've made my coaching hires. First of all, it's always O-line hire A1. DC hire B2, and then I've hired the rest of the slapdicks underneath those two. And then I figured out what do I have in the roster and what I need to go get. Because some places you may have a culture already within the program, like DeBoer inherited at Alabama. That's a rarity. But some places like Ohio State and Florida and other places that coaches have taken over have somewhat of a winning culture or some sort of resources to create one. I don't need to gut the whole thing, but I got to go plug and play. I got to go get me a Q. I got to go get me a 3-tech. I got to go get me a shade. I got to go get me a fucking freak pass rushing Jermaine Johnson. I got to go get me 2 lockdown corners. Then I build a place. Now, if it's a place like North Texas or something, Matt.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I got to go get 80 cats, to your point.
Well, Indiana just got – Indiana's in the Big Ten, and they went and got an Alabama assistant who was there under Saban for a long time and got 80 cats, and they're undefeated. Number two, I just have to say, you did say that you would go to the portal and you would get a badass quarterback and like all these skill players and a bad motherfucking DB. Well, that sounds just like Coach motherfucking Prime. That's exactly what he did. They just happened to be his kids. Ring it up, drop that motherfucking receipt, boom.
But I wouldn't lose 80 a year either.
Yeah, but they didn't lose anything, dog. They lost everybody from a 1-11 shit show.
Hey,
name one player from the team they lost. I can't because I worked with a bunch of them. I love you guys. I'm not talking shit. If you think if you're upset, call me. Name somebody from that fucking team right now that they lost that is contributing somewhere else at a fucking high clip where we're like, oh my God, that guy's incredible.
The tackle at Syracuse is not an NFL guy balling?
Savion, what's his name? Savion Washington's a good player, yes.
The back at K-State?
Dylan Edwards, he's a good player, but he's a sophomore.
I mean, you lost those guys that are contributing. We lost. You lost.
So you named two. That's good.
Hey, your boy McClain had a pick 6.
Where's McClain?
Miami, ain't he, or something?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
What's his name? The shitbird? McClain?
No, I'm talking about the 1-11 team. I'm not talking about when Dion got there. I'm saying the 1-11 team.
Yeah,
the 1-11 team. When he name me somebody off the 1-11 team that's contributing here.
Hold on, though. You got. I think you guys jumped the gun and critiqued me a little unfairly here. I don't want to sound like a bitch, but I praised Dion. That's why I was talking to him when he took the job and did what he did.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. I'm saying
what I'm saying is we had the mentality as taking over a program that is like that in year 1. I didn't say I was going to do it every year, though. I said now I'm going to create a culture. The first year at Arizona, though, if they're this bad and I take over, yes, I have to go in there and do that. Or find out what I have. Here's what I was going to do this to you for fucking with you. Indiana, Kurt went in there and prayed and begged the O-line to stay. That's what he wanted.
That fucking program, bro. They got 80 new dudes. That's like the
but he kept some O-line there. That O-line that was at Indiana for, I think, 4 of the 5 starters are returning. So
he's good for him. He actually had players up front. That's another good.
That's my point, though. He went in and evaluated the roster and then said, "All right, well, fuck." And how? And we don't. I don't know. You might know more than me on this, but who left prior to him coming? 30 guys left prior to DeBoer signing to be the new head coach at Alabama. Matt Rule lost. You know what I'm saying? Before the coaching hire, how many guys were gone? I don't know if we can contribute that to each head coach that comes in there and says, well, fuck, I can't go back and get them. They're gone already before I sign my contract. But that could be a discussion forever, Matt. I appreciate it. Let me ask you something, though.
Yeah.
Can we talk about – you had a segue that was perfect earlier, but we had to continue that conversation because it was good. But you mentioned, can we just get – so you agree, I think, Travis is done with the Heisman. I'm pretty sure he's done.
Fucking
you don't really?
I don't believe he's done. What?
How many games
because he had one game that he had to come out of injured. If he goes Saturday night and has pick 6 and 10 catches and a touchdown, it's no fucking way the Heisman's no, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. No. So if Gentry has one bad game and goes for 80 yards and 1 touchdown, is he out of the Heisman race?
Yes.
The fuck he is. No way, dude. There's nobody else. There's no one else in the country other than maybe Cam Ward, Shador, and the kid from Army that are even in the discussion.
He's at Army. I mean, he's at Boise, though. That's the number 1 knock he's got. You guys already said it on this show. He don't play nobody.
I didn't.
Even though he played Oregon,
I'm asking you if he has a shitty game, is he off the list?
Yeah, I said it too because he's at Boise. I've said it on this show. I go because he's gonna.
Not after Jalen Daniels. They were 9-3 last year, and he had shitty games.
Yeah, but he had Joe Burrow numbers. He had better than Joe Burrow numbers.
I'm not saying he didn't, but they did lose 3 games and not play for Dick, and he still won. So
yeah, but he's
I don't think Travis Hunter's Heisman campaign is over by any means. If anything, I think it's just the fact that people now are going to question it is just going to piss him off.
He has no Heisman moment, Matt. There's no Heisman moment.
What are you talking about? How doesn't he have a Heisman moment?
Smitty, show me the Heisman moment he had. Tell me.
I ain't gonna lie, Matt. Matt. Me and you are always in sync with the Colorado stuff. But I was talking to JB the other day, and I'm trying to sit back and think. I'm like, okay, what was the big moment of this season so far? Where I'm like, damn. That was it. That was the thing.
How about the fucking fumble at Baylor? How about the fucking rundown at CSU? How about the fucking pick at UCF where he got up and stuck his hand and said, "That's the Heisman post, bitch."
But that doesn't mean he's a Heisman.
Come on, dog. How about the fact that he's played?
You know what? The fumble at JB. The fumble at Baylor might be the biggest play. The fumble
That's a
at
huge
Baylor on
play
the
on
goal
top
line.
of
That's
all
a
the
pretty big
receiver
play.
stats. And I can't look.
I think
He's
only
done so
Colorado
much.
motherfuckers. I
Guys, he's
think
done
Colorado.
so much. Again, it's all at Colorado. Like, yeah, he's done so much that I can't fucking remember everything he's done. Therefore, I can't sit here and advocate every single play he's made because he's made so many fucking plays. I mean, come on, dog. You can't just come at me with this dumb hater bullshit. Come on.
No, I'm not. I just think that only Colorado fucking people know the moments because nobody else does.
Well, then maybe everybody should fucking pay attention to the best player in the country.
That's the Heisman, though.
I watch the Army quarterback. That kid's a fucking stud.
But Matt, when you know there's a Heisman, but when there's a Heisman candidate, everybody knows the moments he had.
Oh
like Ginty had 203 tubs on the #1 team in America. That's a fucking moment.
That is a moment. You're correct. That's a great Heisman.
What is the moment? What is the moment?
Baylor fumble.
Because he did this? Because he did that? Is the moment?
No. Fuck that. The Baylor fumble. Hold on,
guys, he's a fucking. He
won the game at Baylor. Like, he literally won the game. That fumble, that won the game.
Hey, look, you guys can try and undermine what he's doing all you want. I'm not the one that's going to say it, but everybody else is going to say, "Listen to these dumb motherfuckers."
I know, Roddy White and everybody. Listen. He plays half corner, half wide out, and has missed the complete
half. He plays every snap.
I know that. I'm saying he's half wide out, half corner, and he has missed a complete game. He has no leverage. He doesn't control the ball, Matt. He's not a QB. He's not a running back that can get the ball 30 times.
But he does have the best quarterback in college football delivering him the football consistently.
Yeah, I get it. It looks like fucking 7 on out there. But listen, I'm saying.
It doesn't look like 7 on out there. It looks like a complete football team. You fucking hater. Again, I'm going to ask you this question because I know we're never going to agree. No, I'm going to ask again. Okay, Smitty, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dog, what the? Yeah, this isn't a fucking moment. That's a huge fucking moment. I was watching it.
That's a huge moment.
Whatever, Baylor sucks. They just scored 60 fucking points at Texas Tech, but they suck. Let me ask you this. What is it going to take, dog? What is it going to take for you to know and see something special in Boulder? You know how bad we've been for as long as we've been? Do you just want us to stay in the gutter? Why can't you accept the fact? Why can't you accept the fact Shador's a bad motherfucker and Travis is generational and they're better on defense and they can run the ball and they're learning from their mistakes? And even if they lose a game, they come back the next week and play really well. What is it going to take, dog? Fuck, help me.
What you really want from us?
It's not a hate thing. Come on, Matt. No matter if you say it or I say it or Mina Kime says it. If it's the truth, if it's actually the truth, it's the truth. I don't hate on no team. I could give a shit less who wins or loses. I don't want to Colorado. I have much love at Colorado with everybody I've known there forever. My issue is they're not that great of a football team, and either is college football. College football is not very good. They're in a horrible league, Matt. Look at what Texas Tech, who everyone was, Baylor just put up a fucking 60 burger on them. This league is shit.
Matt, hold on, Matt. Look.
Who you play, dog?
Matt, before the season, this schedule's gonna be hard. I don't see 4 wins. The season gets going.
I already cooked you on this topic.
They won more games.
I just cooked you on this topic. I just cooked you on this topic, Smitty. Well, fuck, tomorrow I'm going to win the lotto, and then I didn't win it. Well, fuck, life happens, homie. The league was supposed to be good, and it's shitty.
So basically, Colorado can do nothing, basically. They can't.
No, I didn't say that.
I think the league was kind of good.
Because, listen, if they go 9-3, well, the fucking conference is shitty. So, like.
Every time they win, the team they played is shitty, but he picks the team that they beat every week.
Well, you know I do that.
But so let me ask you this. On Friday, do you think Cincinnati is going to beat CU Saturday night at home?
Yep.
Shocker. And then when CU whips Cincinnati's ass, if they do, is
Good
Cincinnati
job,
shitty afterwards?
Mac, fucking congratulations. But listen, this is what happened. If you watch it, they had that fucking fumble late in the game. Cincinnati should have won. Yeah.
It's not like overcoming shit to win. It's the other team's so bad. You just stumble to a fucking win, right?
You guys are 5-2, and you're fucking beating who you're supposed to beat. Kudos to you. I'm not going to ever hate on that.
Jason, let me ask you this.
But we weren't supposed to beat Arizona. We were underdogs, and we weren't supposed to beat UCF. We were underdogs, and we weren't supposed to beat Baylor. We were underdogs.
He's going.
Hey, why is that? No, seriously, since I'm getting cooked and supposedly and all this by the chat, I can give a fuck. I was on the yacht yesterday. I give a fuck about your chat. But listen.
He's saying LeBron. He said, at the end of the day, I'm going to go home to my $1 million crib.
So Smitty, how am I wrong? And so is Las Vegas. How is everybody wrong? And,
yeah, Vegas had the Jets as a
I'm the only one that's wrong,
hey, hold on. Vegas had the Jets as a fucking favorite last night, and they got the fucking shit beat out of them.
Here's my point,
underdogs for the Steelers.
Hold on, though. Here's my point, though, Matt. Here's my point, Matt. Come on, dog. Vegas has them as underdog every day because the league was supposed to be good. You mentioned UCF. UCF was leading the country in rushing and offense. UCF is fucking horrible. And then
UCF was a play away from beating undefeated Iowa State. I watched the whole game. UCF played their balls off. I thought hold on, time out. I thought Gus Malzahn was a program builder, homie. And I was a fucking idiot. I thought Gus Malzahn was a bad motherfucker, a program builder. I thought that's what was happening.
Guess what? They are shitty. I can't.
Did you watch the Iowa State game? Iowa State and fucking UCF played a goddamn barn burner, homie. 0-4 Oklahoma State took undefeated BYU to the wire. I think the conference is actually pretty good, and the lower level teams have just stepped up, and the upper level teams have not.
JB, can you admit right now, live on the show, that Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has changed the culture in Colorado? Can you admit that right now?
Yes.
Thank you. We should end the show now. We got a compliment. Things are going good. We haven't yelled at each other yet or told each other to go fuck off or anything. So, hey, Bailey, we might want to wrap this motherfucker.
I mean, hey, listen. It's a shitty culture, but it's a good culture.
Fuck you.
Matt, we almost had it. We almost fucking had it.
It's a culture. No, seriously. It's a culture that he's created that's working for him. So that is, yes, it's a culture.
So why is it shitty?
Hey,
well, it's not because he's got to have something to hate on. That's why.
No, but this is what y'all don't get. Everyone can hear and talk shit about my culture at Indy. Oh, JB had a shit show going on. People would talk about it, crazy fights, blah, blah, blah. That was my culture, and we won.
That's a good thing. We want to fight.
But that's my point, though. Everyone has their own culture, and that's why I'm never going to hate on Deion for having his culture. And I've said that with Smitty. I've said that on the show. That's his culture, joking aside. That's his culture. If it works for him, fine. I don't believe it's sustainable. I'm just telling you that's his culture. This is a difference between JUCO and D1, though. This seems – I'm looking at this, and I see that I'm about to play Garden City every week. Like, Colorado's a JUCO program. Like, it's not – no offense. Sorry. Listen.
What are you talking about?
You know what I mean.
You can't call somebody a bitch and say no offense.
I'm not taking that.
No. Let me clarify.
I ain't taking that disrespect. Colorado is not a JUCO program. Hold on.
I didn't mean it that way.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. Yeah, I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was not by playing standards. No, they're not a JUCO. I'm saying this is JUCO now. This is JUCO football. This is clearly a JUCO model that we're seeing across America.
So?
And I'm saying it's JUCO though. So
what?
No, here's the irony though, Matt. I was hated on and fucking belittled for being that guy creating this culture of recruiting guys from here, doing this, and now Colorado is praised for it. You're fucking a JUCO, homie.
It's a different era, dog. So
I get it. That's why
Indiana, undefeated Indiana had 80 fucking transfers. That's not a bad thing. Who cares?
But that's JUCO. That's my whole point. It's JUCO.
No. It's the NFL. It's roster turnover. When I was with the Dolphins, when we won the division in 2008, we made fucking 83 agents. They made 75 roster moves in 1 month, dog.
No, you have 80 free agents
out right and left.
Matt, you don't have. Let's just be fair. You don't have 50 free agents per team every year. Come on, man. That's not
what the NFL rosters turn over 40% every single season.
No, I'm saying put it in. Let's equate this. You have 100 rosters in spots in college. You have 53 playable roster spots in the NFL. You're not turning over 50.
It's like 70 now with practice squad, but okay.
Okay, but I'm talking about 53-man roster. You're not getting 50 of those 53 to be free agents every year, is what my point.
I don't know, dog. Go look at the turnover in the NFL. It's pretty extreme.
But you have 50 of 53 every year on this one particular team. They sign contracts. There's 3-4 year deals.
It's 40%. You'll have 25 guys or 30 guys leave a team. The Broncos just did this with Sean Payton. They turned over the entire fucking roster.
Hey, real quick before you get out of here, Matt, let's talk NFL real fast. Where you at with Russell Wilson getting the job, doing what he said, contrary to Mina Kimes saying, "Oh, it'll never work." Justin
You
Fields.
just said Mina Kimes' name 13 times in the first.
He's on the thumbnail. He's on the thumbnail. What do you mean? I'm going to say her name fucking every day. I tagged her last night too. So here's the thing.
Mina, don't respond, Mina.
She said EPA, Matt. EPA. I thought EPA was gas and fuel and shit. But anyway, EPA.
The Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah,
Expected points added. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows expected points added, Matt. You and I preach
I have
the
no
shit out
idea
of
what
that.
you're talking
Matt,
about. I don't
Matt,
know
you and
what
I at 6-0. I know you're going. I know, Matt, you're going in today talking about EPA with your guys at 6-0. So anyway,
I thought it was the Environmental Protection Agency. I have no
All
idea.
football guys know EPA is expected points added. Come on, but continue.
hey Matt, give Matt context, Smitty, real quick, so he understands what the fuck we're talking about, because he probably didn't know what we're saying. Mina Kimes came out and said the EPA suggests, whatever the fuck that was, we had to look it up. The EPA suggested that if Wilson starts, that it's going to be the end of Mike Tomlin and his fucking Steelers are done because they're going to fucking load the box. You can't run the football, blah, blah, blah. No Mazzoni and I came out. We laughed. We wish we could have been naked when we laughed, but we laughed hard. And then yesterday, me and Noel had a very Noel and I, because I would have had a dick hard laughing. That's what we meant, Smitty. If you
hard cock laughter.
So
right there.
We talked last night, Matt, and it was just like EPA must have really fucking set in last night. They had the most rushing yards, the best offensive production, the most fucking points. They had everything. So where are you at with the Russell Wilson starting, and then where are you at, and then tell me anything negative you want about Mina Kimes. Go. I
don't know. What show is Mina Kimes on? She's on the NFL show or something? Sure. I don't.
Russell Wilson Steelers.
Russell Wilson is a hell of a player last night. All right. He did a good job. He stepped in. It was rusty, and then he fucking figured it out and went off. Do I think it's sustainable? Maybe. I mean, the Pittsburgh's defense is excellent, and they can run the ball. Their offensive line seems to have the shit together, and Tomlin isn't Sean Payton. Sean Payton didn't think 28 touchdowns and 6 interceptions was good enough. If Bo Nix went 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, people in Denver would lose their fucking minds. Now, if you're just looking at stats, that's the argument that's going to get played. I watched every snap of the Russell Wilson era, and he just wasn't a good fit in Denver. It just didn't work.
Last year was a lot better, though.
It was. That's the stat thing I'm talking about. Like, he did play from a stat perspective well. He had a high quarterback rating. But the fit was not right. It wasn't right with Sean Payton. And in the reality, the Broncos chose Sean Payton over Russell Wilson, and I can't blame him. I think Russell Wilson's attitude and his fucking super positive Wolverine blood fucking bullshit that he did here, I think it really rubbed people the wrong way in this town. And I don't think he's doing that in Pittsburgh. I think he learned his lesson. I think he knows he's in the Steel City, and they'll run your ass out of there as fast as they brought your ass in. You know, it's just what it is. So,
Matt,
if Russell Wilson buys into the culture in Pittsburgh and listens to Tomlin and shuts the fuck up and doesn't go on a commercial rampage and like act like he's going to win 4 Super Bowls and do all this narcissistical, egotistical bullshit he did in Denver, the fucking Steelers could go as far as anybody. I mean, their defense is real.
Hey, this is what I meant to say, though. You just mentioned 2 things. You mentioned a guy, it's because of the Steel City, blah, blah, blah. I think it's because of a guy named Mike Tomlin, who's one of the last hard-nosed coaches, because this guy controlled AB. We didn't hear nothing about AB negativity until he left fucking Pittsburgh and got
heard AB's shit this weekend, though.
Yeah, so now you see cracker alert. And so,
all my favorite crackers.
What a crazy. So, like,
the world we live in, Doug. The world we live in is just a fucking clown show, everyone.
It is.
So, it don't matter who you vote for. It's a fucking disaster.
It is. Hey, and then Matt, you talked about Denver's culture, and you got Nathaniel Can Hackett over there, and you wonder why there's a difference in Russell Wilson and what he did and don't do now. That I think it's Mike Tomlin and the old school coaching. That's how I started the show. I think we've got away from it. We got fucking pencil pushing analytic guys now telling us that
whatever the fuck EPA means. Exactly.
We're looking
points at it.
Matt, when we start to listen to Mina Kimes, when men start to listen to a woman in Mina Kimes,
here we go.
Tell us about football. I mean, I'm being serious. What can Mina Kimes?
Here we go.
I mean, what can she tell her? Like, what can she? Man, I mean, real shit.
I'm not getting into this conversation.
Leave Mina alone. Stop bullying her, Jason.
Hey,
I'm
Matt.
not doing it.
Hey, Matt. I know you got to get off. Hey, Matt. Hey, listen, Matt. I'm coming out to your place next week. We're gonna sit down on Sunday and listen to Mina Kimes break down football because I know we can't get anything from anyone else. So fuck Noel Mazzoni. Fuck all these other guys. Let's get on and get Mina Kimes to break it down. You and I will sit there.
Hey, what show is this?
Mina don't like you, JB.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Hey, but Schmitty, what show is this?
NFL Today or something like that. I don't watch. I'm a Fox guy. I don't watch ESPN. I don't support ESPN. I'm a Fox guy.
Did she call? I know you work for Fox. Did she call you out or something?
No, she has not done anything to Jason. Jason just pick setter. He's a fucking bully.
Say Matt. See, Matt, I
didn't know what's going on.
He's fucking a married woman with kids. She got $1 million contract. Let her make her money in peace and let her do her analytics.
Matt, if you had more time, I would break it down, and then Smitty will actually today. Smitty will tag Mina Kimes and tell her she hates her. He hates her. If I tell Smitty the story right now live, that's what Smitty young ass needs to understand. There is a reason in rhyme. There's a reason I go at her.
This is Jason's way of flirting with her.
You can say what you want. You know what? Actually, we're gonna tell the story, Matt. When you get on, I'm gonna tell the story with a black man, and I'm gonna tell the story on this show. With Smith, don't call me Jason. Matt,
right, so I'll be back Friday. The
all
Buffaloes are real. Everything is good in Colorado land. Enjoy all the haters. It's just does everybody remember the fucking Snoop Dogg album he put out with Master P?
Yeah.
Remember that? You remember the song that Lay Low? Remember that? Remember how it started?
Yep.
I just want to say real quick, all you motherfucking haters out there can suck my motherfucking dick, and we're still sucking. What? Let's go, Buffs. Hey, I'll be on at noon. 0 to 60 rolls today. Have yourself a great
go over
day.
to Matt. Hey, when you guys play somebody good, let me know and I'll watch it. Peace.
Shout out to Matt for hopping on, man.
Man, this is a nonstop show. We got Shaun King coming on next. Let me see. Where is he at? Let me see what time it is. What time is it?
It's 7:40. He's 10 minutes later already. But while you looking up that, I want to talk to the chat, man. Chat, how y'all liking the show so far? Let us know. Y'all like it, you love it, you hate it. What would you change? What's something you want to hear from JB, myself, or Shaun King? Let us know right now. This is your moment, your time. Members only. If you ain't green, you ain't going to be seen. So I'm only talking to members right now. How y'all liking it? I'm seeing comments, the man bun and sunglasses. Okay, y'all talking crazy about Matt. Y'all hating. What else we got? Keep it going, D. Jones.
You want to know the true story why I go at her?
Yep.
So here's the real story. So nobody knows this. I don't just pick and choose and go at people. You know I don't. Or I would do that with a bunch of people that I could do.
You're a bully.
Here's the reason why. So back about 4 years ago, Mina Kimes, another fucking broad named Sarah Spain, and another fucking broad named Elle Duncan all came at me with, ironically, the girl that I brought to Independence, Kansas to speak to boys, who is now ironically getting sued by Mel Tucker and suing Mel Tucker. As you all know who that is, you can put the pieces together. These 4 broads came at me publicly on Twitter and on some other things and called me a woman, basically an anti-woman backer and a rape advocate because I signed 3 black men to come to play for me at Independence who were accused falsely of the R word.
Right.
Anybody can look it up at the University of Minnesota. My good friend Jerry Kill threatened to boycott their bowl game versus Washington State. And so a little context. These fucking broads came at me as if I brought 3 black men into my program and not doing any due diligence and acting as if I don't have a daughter myself and if I didn't have a fucking woman AD and if I was just going to bring in a bunch of unruly fucking women beaters or R-word people. No, never did it in my life, never will. Jerry Kill gave me the under-the-table affidavit. I got to read the police report. I got to see everything, that the kids were falsely accused. The girl got caught later on camera lying and laughing about, yeah, we got him. Shout out to all the broads that falsely accuse men and don't go to jail. But anyway, these broads, knowing nothing, Smitty, came out and accused me of this when no one brought up the fact that L. Duncan, Sarah Spain, Mina Kimes, and fucking the one of all of them, didn't want to mention that 3 black men were falsely accused and filed a lawsuit against the University of Minnesota for defamation, for discrimination, racial discrimination, which at that time it literally was, and you cost these kids their future. But L. Duncan, black woman, didn't see you defend them. Look it up, find it out. Came at me, though, for bringing 3 R-word kids to my campus, is what you said. Verbatim, quote. You can probably all go find the fucking tweets. Sarah Spain, you accuse me, not knowing me at all, and you're accusing me of helping 3 black men, but you never mentioned that. You just mentioned the fact that I'm a womanizer. Listen, I'm about to lose my shit. I'm not going to say nothing else, but I'm the bad guy. I'll say being the bad guy, but you can call those 3 black kids that I saved their lives on and ask them how they fucking feel about me, you fucking cunts. Take me out of here, man. I'll be back in 3 minutes after this fucking commercial. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance. Yeah. Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear. Exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights. What's in that box?
Yo, kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
It's a 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me, JB.
I might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
all this is mine, right?
Hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance. Go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace. Mina Kimes has come out and said yesterday. I don't know if we have a video on this, Bailey, or not. I should have asked you, but Bailey does have the tweet, and it says, do we have the video, Bailey? Can we get the video so everyone knows what she's saying? My bad, Bailey. I put Bailey in the bad spot on that one. We should have had the video because this wasn't a discussion, but I wanted to bring it up.
Bad coaching. Bad coaching.
We're going to bring it up with Noel, though, on the big board. So I want to give everybody some context that doesn't know that Mina basically came out. All right. Bailey's going to find the video. And I basically came out and said that they're making quarterbacks check the ball down because of all the too high safeties that was being played. And it's at an all-time high. We've never seen this much too high. I mean, dog, I can't do it much longer. I'm just going to be real with you. I can't do it. I tagged Dan Orlovsky because I'm tired of dealing with him. Take a listen to a video.
I think there are a couple things, Laura, that stand out. One, you got a lot of rookie quarterbacks playing, and historically, rookie quarterbacks have always struggled out the gate. I think a couple of those guys that you mentioned have been struggling for a while. Deshaun Watson, Bryce Young, Kirk Cousins, obviously, with the injury. But another thing I think that's pretty significant is the way defenses are playing offenses, which is to say, basically daring them to either run the ball or check it down. In fact, in week 1, defenses played with light boxes against the run at the highest rate since NGS started tracking the data 8 years ago. They played too high shell coverage at the highest rate since NGS by a pretty dramatic margin. And because of that, you'll see here, the average depth of target for quarterbacks was the lowest it's been in years. Not just the lowest, though. It's been trending down for a while. Took a sharp turn. I mean, we're talking about a full yard down since 2019. So essentially, defenses are making quarterbacks into a bunch of check down artists.
Based upon, because this is my first time seeing the video, based upon what she said, it sound I know enough about her to know she's very, like, she goes based upon stats and like
what the teleprompter says.
No.
Be honest.
This ain't no teleprompter read.
Yeah, it is.
No, this is not.
She's definitely reading. Look at her.
This ain't a teleprompter read.
She's reading.
This is from her researcher.
No.
Let me break it down to you. Every talent has a researcher for themselves.
I know.
They go in, they let you know what the topic is going to be for that day of the show. They ask the talent what's their just overall opinion on said topic, and then the researcher feeds them with enough information to back up whatever they're trying to do. So Mina probably went in and said, I feel like these QBs are they're not throwing the same amount of yards that they've done in the past. Give me as much information you can give me to back up that point. And they gave her actual probably numbers and stats that backed up the fact that last week they played that defense at a higher percentage than they've done in a while. That's how I'm reading it. I don't think she's saying that they've never played cover 2 shell. That's never no. I'm reading that like she's saying based upon actual literal statistics and numbers, this is what the data is telling me. I just want to start there, but go ahead.
Listen, Smitty works at Fox. He knows how this thing works. He knows the inner workings of this thing.
And you do. I mean, you've been around.
But that doesn't mean what she said is fact. Bottom line is she's a statistical nightmare. She's living off teleprompters at her boss. And I'm going to say what Smitty just said and call it her boss. What I mean by her boss means whoever's giving her the information to read is all she does. That's all she does. She literally, I don't know. Listen, I might come off and sound crazy here, but I'm going to be honest. Has anyone ever gone to the clinic? Coaches, have you guys gone to the AFCA?
I know who you're talking about.
Have you guys all gone to the AFCA clinic or the Glacier clinic and went out and sought out the fucking Asian female to talk to her about coverage, quarters, and cover 2? Has anyone in this chat, any coaches out there, have you guys sought out? Have you guys gone after the small Asian girl that can I go find the small Asian girl to break down cover 2 for me? Coach Davis, have you ever done that? I'm asking a question, dog. I'm asking a question. No, I'm just saying. No hate. I'm just throwing a question out there. I haven't seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen going out and asking the girl at the clinic about quarters coverage. But anyway, listen, having said that, she literally just came on ESPN and on a huge network, and they allowed her to say what she said. And look at my tweet there. God damn. Can someone please shut this up? She is embarrassing to listen to. Mina, you know nothing. You are repeating data from your boss's teleprompter, as Smitty just eloquently said. 2 high safeties have been around far before you, Mina, and far after this stupid-ass take. This show is also brought to you by 5 Hour Energy, as it takes you from that guy to the fucking guy that just told you about the truth about those 4 broads that threw me under the bus. But anyway, pound that like, subscribe, become a member, man. I appreciate all you guys in here. I get a little primitive at times when I talk about passionate buy-in. And what I mean by that is a lot of you guys will never understand what passionate buy-in is. Passionate buy-in is when you take care of babies, that I call them, kids, and you get them from point A to get them to point B. Coaching, by definition, the word itself is derived from the stagecoach era, and it means to get you where you could not get yourself. That is the true definition of coach. That was my sole job, not to win football games, not to win championships. It was to get those babies where they could not get themselves. I could give a fuck less about anyone else and whatever else they had to say. When those 4 females came at me and lied and threw me under the bus and called me a womanizer and a person that advocated for the R word, when it was 3 black kids involved that did nothing wrong, and a little white girl lied and tried to ruin these kids' careers, yeah, I take it personal because I've been around it a long, long time. I've seen it a long, long time. Those 3 kids we can bring on this show anytime. I talk to them all the time. I can bring them on this show any fucking time and tell the story now. We'll see if they want to even talk about it, because it's pretty fucking... Probably I'd be pretty pissed too, because I'm very pissed right now talking for them. And one of them, Ray Buford, good kid. He's now coaching out here. I helped him get a JUCO job out here at East LA College. He's coaching here. Got his foot in the door. Dorian Williams is coaching in northern Colorado, coaching DBs. Coy Dang is coaching at Oregon State right now, who was another issue of a false allegation. And he ended up playing at Cal, led the Pac-12 in tackles. But anyway, yeah, I take it a little personal when people say stupid shit and then lie about it, and then they use their platform and then nothing happens to them. And this particular platform, ESPN, is actually promoting these certain individuals, but then firing the Sage Stills and the Mike and the Pollocks and the guys that actually come out and have some balls and speak their mind. That's the crazy part about it. So I'll never change on that part. But like, I shouldn't say the word cunt. I apologize to Smitty and the show, because that word doesn't help. But that's just how passionate I get when it comes to these babies. And especially when 3 black kids are accused by a little white girl who's on camera trying to fuck over their lives. I've been around it my whole life. I've been defending it my whole life, and we've all seen it. And a lot of you fucks out there will never understand it. And so when I see kids get lied on and then my name is being brought up as a womanizer and defending the R word by 3 or 4 individuals who are very, very prominent with the following, yeah, I'm going to have beef with you for probably life. I'll forgive eventually, Smitty, but I'll never forget.
That's real.
So, it is what it is. But coaching is derived from stagecoach, and it means get you where you could not get yourself. And that's what I was there for. Not to win games. I didn't give a fuck about winning JUCO games. Getting them where they could not get themselves, and putting their future in not someone else's hands, because that's what we used to do. We used to fucking allow their futures to be put in someone else's hands, and that's what I taught kids not to do. Don't allow your future to be put in someone else's fucking hands. And it's unfortunate when you get lied on, and you see it all the time. We've all seen it. Smitty and I've seen it, I'm sure, in dorm rooms and other places where guys have consensual sex or what have you, and then the girl goes home to a town of fucking 18 and tells fucking backwood redneck dad Paul, I slept with Tyrone. Yeah, I said Tyrone is a real racist statement, but that's what I wanted to make sure you understand. It's probably a black dude, right? And then the dad goes, what, Smitty? You slept with who? The next day, she claimed rape, homie. Oh, all of a sudden, she can't fuck with her brother because she goes home to a town of fucking 18, and everyone in town's like, you mess with what? And then I come home. You know how many times I've fucking witnessed that and seen that as a player and a coach? And I had to go fucking defend this shit and say, I know goddamn well Ray Buford didn't do that shit. And I'm sitting there like, and truth of the matter, I don't know damn well. Maybe a kid fucked up and did some crazy shit, right? But at the end of the day, if I have the evidence and I see it and I have the documentation, I'm defending it. And I wouldn't have brought the kids in under my watch if that was in there. So like,
I feel that. Now I feel that. Hey, when you're a coach, you know your goal is to support, defend, and grow your players. And if you have actual evidence that proves that they didn't do, they've been accused of, and it's something that's so serious, I get that. So, but switching gears though, man, going back to the rundown, man. I don't know if you saw this, JB. It was a video. You know, NBA season officially kicks off tomorrow, so I got to sprinkle in a little bit of basketball, and this ain't even a full basketball topic. But it's a video of NBA star, my favorite player in the league currently, Anthony Edwards, saying that he will play in the NFL if he wins a ring in the next few years. Check this out.
It's easier, yeah. Football players can't go play basketball.
You crazy.
No way. I told my buddies, I said, if I win a ring in the next 3 to 4 years,
you're not going to football.
I'm going to play football.
No, you're not.
He sounded pretty serious, man. Listen, for context, Anthony Edwards did grow up playing football and was pretty damn good. I think he's from Atlanta, from Georgia, playing pretty high level ball at like the high school level and things like that. Before transitioning to focus more on basketball. I guess how serious do you think he is, or do you think a guy like Anthony Edwards would even have a shot at even sniffing playing football at the professional level at this point?
No shot whatsoever. He needs to just stay in your lane, dog. Stay in your lane. Do what you do great. Be great at what you do. You're one of the top high risers in basketball, meaning you're ascending really quickly in the profession as one of the top 5-10 players in the NBA. Do that. Why would you go over and end your basketball career? Because it'll be over real quick. And that's saying that in a league that don't even hit no more. So, just know it's a different ball game.
They still hit though. They still hit.
I know y'all high school cats played high school basketball and football and all that shit, and you think you can play. Come on, dog. Like Michael Irvin told Paul Pierce the other day on y'all show. Stop, Paul. Stop. You ain't gonna go play tight end and catch one ball. He didn't even know how to catch the ball. Michael Irvin pointed out.
Right.
Come on, dog. Stop, Paul. We played each other in high school, so Paul's 2 years younger than me, but Paul played with a real deal quarterback at the time who got a shot in for the Raiders and other thing. But come on, homie, stop. Inglewood and Morningside were legit back then in football as well. And come on, Paul, you wouldn't even have played at Morningside or Inglewood High.
I gotta tell when I see Paul. I gotta tell him now.
I love Paul, but it's not Paul for Suwu. But damn, homie, come on. But anyway,
Paul was chilling. Paul said, that's why he went to Kansas. He said he was trying to get away from all that, all that, you know what I mean, banging and all that type of stuff,
Yep, I know. Well, listen, at least I know now that one of our next guests, a legendary in his own right, that we're going to be putting on the intro video soon. We had a full 2-day discussion about it. Shaun did not let me forget about it at all, that he's not on the intro video.
Jeez.
He called me the blackest white man he ever met, and he called Smitty the whitest black man he ever met.
I don't know what that means. I don't like comments like that at all. I don't like that.
But anyway,
that's disrespectful too. You white because you're white. I'm black because I'm black. That's what the fuck it is. No matter how I act, no matter how I talk, no matter how you act, no matter how you talk, there ain't no such thing as a black white. I hate. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. He more black than him. No, motherfucker, he's white. He's white. That's what he is. I don't care how he talk, his slang, his lingo, where he's from. Jason Brown is a white man, and that's okay. I'm a black man. That's what it is. Point blank period. But bring on, man. My brother, my OG, Shaun King. How you doing? How you doing, Shaun?
Hey, first of all, you don't determine none of that. That's just your opinion. And it was simply a measurement of the shorts. JB had on black man length shorts. You came in with all your mid-drift shorts with all your mid-thigh, a whole bunch of your kneecap showing. So that's where the comment originated. Dress different.
I can do that because I actually work out, unlike you two. So when you work out and you got muscles in your leg, muscles in your arms, you work hard to show them off a little bit. So, yeah, I have muscular legs. Your legs ain't been like that, Shaun, since probably 97, 98. So it's been a long time since you've seen that. But nevertheless, no matter how I dress, I'm always going to be a black man.
So now you body shaming.
Hey, you black shaming.
Hey, Shaun. So I'm glad you made it home. Your flight went well. You got out of here. And you're here today. So I'm going to let you cook to give a synopsis is what I think you wanted to do. Give a whole synopsis on everything from when you got here to Smitty getting here, playing poker, witnessing some things, not on the intro video, going on the boat, tasting my food, everything. I know you had a couple, and you got a couple beefs in there to pick with us. So go ahead. It's your show.
Well, let me first of all say this. The main reason I came, I wanted to make it crystal clear that I'm pissed off to the highest level of festivity about not being on the intro video. So I just wanted to make that energy felt in person. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, friendships have boundaries, right? And I feel like y'all crossed a major boundary because I'm committed to the JB and Coach Smitty show, or the Coach JB and the Smitty show. So me not being in the intro is a party foul. That needs to get fixed immediately. So once I got past that, there's a bunch of observations I had. First of all, let me say JB is a great host. I had a tremendous weekend. The weather in California is absolutely beautiful. But I must say this, Californians, y'all waste more of your fucking life just driving than anywhere I've ever been. Like, y'all get on the road, oh yeah, that's around the corner. Hour, 30 minutes later, we pulling up somewhere. Like, can y'all condense the state a little bit? Because, boy, y'all spend a lot of time on the highway. Smitty was supposed to show up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He showed up Saturday for about 3 hours. By the way, he drunk mango cart and margarita. JB got a whole bar full of grown man liquor, and Smitty was drinking mango cart and margaritas. He even put the little cinnamon stuff on the rim of the glass. Like, I've never seen anything this feminine. The feminine energy coming from Smitty over the weekend was significant. It just was. I don't know if that's his normal behavior, but like, earth to Smitty. Men drink their liquor straight, dog. You might put some ice in there, but that's it. Like, we don't, do all the fruity beers and, all the mixed drinks and stuff. That's too much work. Just drink it straight. JB got on the grill. He's as good as advertised. At least I think. I didn't actually see him put any meat on the big grill. I did see him heat the grills up. So there's a conspiracy, because JB got a lot of homies, that one of the homies snuck over and actually did the cooking. But whoever did it, it turned out phenomenal. He had all kind of ribs.
Why would he come on here and lie like that, Smitty?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
No, I'm saying it's conspiracy. I didn't see it with my own eyes, but the food was tremendous. The baked beans, the chili, the tri-tip, everything was great. He has the most unorganized poker table I've ever seen in my life. There's all kind of denominations of chips. They everywhere. It's just a freaking mess. It took us like 40 minutes to get the chips in order so we could even play poker. And the poker game was good. Good group of guys. I finished second. Unfortunately, I came up a little short, but I had a great time. I will be back.
How's the evaluation of Ash?
Oh, yeah. If you need your dog to be obedient and behave a proper way, do not send him to JB. Ash is the most disobedient, non-listening ass dog in all of the Western Hemisphere. It's ridiculous. Like, JB thinks if you yell something at the dog 6 times, and on the 6th time the dog finally do it, the dog will behave. The dog snotted all on Smitty's outfit. Like, Smitty's shorts were short, y'all. I'm talking about, like, kind of, what's your pronoun short? But anyway, he had on a nice T-shirt. As soon as he got to Ash, just went and slobbed them all up. Man was trying to take a nap.
He loved you, Shaun. He loved you, Shaun.
One more thing, too. you wanted to bring up JB's usage of his phone during the poker game.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Okay. I'm gonna get to that.
Handling business.
Since you brought it up, everybody in the chat, all the loyal listeners to the show, don't ever let JB say another word about these Generation Z athletes that don't pay attention, that's always on social media. Don't ever let him criticize Shador or criticize Travis Hunter or any of these guys, because the entire time we were playing poker, we got to remind him when it's his time to play, because he over here on his phone. It's a fucking flip phone. I don't even know, maybe you got to text letter by letter. But the entire game probably should have lasted an hour. It lasted 2 hours because we have to remind JB, it's your turn. Oh, my bad. You over there texting. It's ridiculous. Like, if that ain't the pot calling the kettle black, and I don't think I've ever seen it. But in spite of his bad behavior at the table, I had a tremendous trip. The yacht is a yacht. He's not a captain yet, y'all, but he's a little above a boater. So if there's a level between boater and captain, he's there. He almost crashed the boat in the rocks, but other than that, the trip was Gucci. The weather was beautiful.
Than that. Other than killing us, I mean.
Ruben jumped in the ocean 5 to 6 times again.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring Ruben up, man.
Ruben's in here. Ruben's in here right now. Ruben cost me almost my yacht. He backed me up into a fucking rock bed, and my propeller got caught in a little rock real quick, and then we got out of there. So,
hey, in Ruben's defense, when Ruben showed up to the house on Saturday, JB introduced Ruben as, this is my high school center, Ruben, y'all. He has AIDS, cancer, and diabetes. What the fuck? That was how he introduced Ruben to his guests. So Ruben,
that's the big three: AIDS, cancer, and diabetes.
Yeah. Ruben had nothing to do with JB almost putting the boat in the rocks, by the way.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, we had pulled up to the marina, Smitty, and like it was this old school cat in a boat looked like it was built back when, like, you know, shit, Moby Dick was sighted. Like, this boat was old. Like, it been through some stuff. Hey, he yanked that thing up out the little parking spot real nice and smooth on JB. So, you know, JB feeling himself a little bit. So he tried to yank that thing up out the spot. All of a sudden, we know, bloop, 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 bloop. We was up on the rocks. I said, oh.
Hey, man, Smitty, that's not the whole story, Smitty. I'm gonna Ruben is on the outside guiding me off the thing. And Ruben's like, watch it, just go slow. There's fishermen behind you and all this old shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, oh. Ruben was fucking with me on purpose. And I backed up a little more because I thought he was being serious.
Yeah.
And I backed it up on a little rock on below. Hey, Smitty, I opened that bitch up a little bit on the way back, though.
It's a nice yacht, though. And the sound
4,000 RPM, 4,000 RPMs into the wind. Hey, Shaun in the front, listening to Yacht Club with a stick.
I'm coming back, baby. I'm coming back.
Well, Shaun, we appreciate that full breakdown, that full rant you just did on your weekend. That always brought to you by Doritos, man. Make sure you go to the Doritos, get your spicy nacho bag, your nacho cheese bag, or your sweet chili bag. Brought to you by Coach JB and Big Smitty, man.
Hey, Shaun, what's your favorite?
Hey, it's a yacht. For those that keep asking, it's a yacht.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaun, your favorite food I cooked, though. Hey, Ruben's in the chat. Good shot, Ruben. Ruben's in the chat. What? Ruben, you did cause me to hit the rocks, by the way. Fuck all that other shit.
No.
Yeah, he did. He got whoa. I didn't need to fucking back up anymore. Ruben fucked with me and got me.
No,
I said he had AIDS, diabetes,
you had the gas, you had the throttle, you had the steering wheel.
But I'm going by my guide, and Ruben was my guide, but he got AIDS, cancer, and diabetes.
You was trying to stunt because that old man had just backed that Cadillac up so smooth.
Real smooth with it, Shaun.
Hey, Smitty. Hey, Smitty, this motherfucker had the first boat. I'm not lying. This motherfucker had the first boat. And I was like, I had to ask him a question. I said, homie, what is your top 3 worst or greatest experiences on the water? This motherfucker was like, I was by the Golden Gate Bridge, and the waves were coming over the boat, and it just turned me underneath it, and I came back up, and I just kept going. And me and Shaun, we don't discredit your story, and we believe you 1,000%.
Right.
There was no lie sensed. Like, he was accurate. He was not lying about it. He was about 85, 90 years old too, and looked like he was much younger than the boat. But it is what it is.
I know what.
What's your favorite food? What's your favorite food I cooked though? Favorite food I cooked. Favorite piece of meat you tasted, or beans, or chili, whatever it was. What was the favorite thing? Because I prepped. So Shaun and I were drinking tequila the night before when he got here, and I prepped the
tequila.
food.
Straight
Tequila. And then
JB was drinking fucking. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to. JB drinks Palomas all the time. It's the most fruity drink in the fucking. It's grapefruit and it's delicious.
It's not
like
grapefruit.
Kool-Aid. So come on, bro.
It's tequila and squirt, homie. There's no grapefruit.
It's delicious, homie.
But it's not a fucking sweet fruity
But it's
drink.
delicious.
But it's, hey, Shaun, we prepped the meat on the kitchen. We were talking.
I thought the tri-tips, the ones that had the
really
flavor. Yeah, they had the peppery flavor.
Over the ribs?
Yeah, you burnt the beef ribs. The pork ribs are good, but I'm just, hey man, look.
Damn lie. I ate the shit out of the beef ribs. I still got beef ribs right now. You ate beef ribs last night before you got on the plane.
Nah, I ate pork ribs. You burnt the beef ribs. You let the fire get out of control. You wasn't out there. You wasn't paying attention. Ass was running around, probably biting something. You had no business biting. You yelling at him.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's my biggest fear, Shaun. I heard JB in that kitchen. We were all in the cigar lounge. I heard JB yell, "What the fuck, Ash? Get down! Get out of that food!" So I don't know.
Listen, y'all. This is how
I don't know what he did.
This is how untrained the dog is. Now, you guys tell me if this is a behavior pattern of a trained dog or an untrained dog. When JB gets home and lets the dog in the house, the first thing the dog does is go jump on the kitchen island. He proceeds to do this and knocks half the meat onto the floor. Now tell me, and JB's stomping around, oh yeah, he trained. That ain't damn dog. Ain't training the dog, listen to nothing, JB. And the dog about 200 pounds. So we're not talking about like a little, lap dog. The dog running into people. I damn near tore my ACL because the dog, the first night I'm there, I'm in the room sleep. I hear something sniffing and scratching outside my door for like an hour straight. Ash is, I don't know what the hell going on. Ash is trying to get into my room.
Hey, Ash, he didn't know what was happening. He was like, who's in the house?
Because he's not trained.
He monitored the house the whole night. He was actually protecting you, Shaun. That's how trained he is. That's contrary to belief.
Feeding a dog is not training a dog.
Shaun, how concerned are you right now that you ate a piece of meat that was slobbed over by Ash?
No, so I didn't eat any more meat after Ash hit the counter. So luckily, me and Steve Kim, we were up early. Shout out to Steve Kim. We had made 2 plates. Yeah. And we both looked at each other and we agreed, I'm not eating the slob ribs after that.
Look at this motherfucker. Look.
Yeah,
and JB wanted me to walk in.
He's bigger than that now, and he's not trained. Like
I asked JB, I said, JB, is he happy or mad? Like, I don't know what I should do.
Look at it.
Look. Rewind it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he do. He go jump on the island. He took all the meat off the island, y'all. The island. Look at him. That's his compromise with the dog. He feeds the dog, so he thinks the dog's trained because the dog eats food he gives him.
Look at this mother. Look at this animal.
Beautiful dog, but he ain't got no home training.
I like Callie. Callie chill. Callie on my speed. Callie cool.
Callie dope.
Callie trained.
Yeah, Callie trained. Look at this dog. That's a 150-pound dog. The first thing he does is goes and snatches whatever food is on the counter.
And slobbers on you.
I think that's actually trained. So contrary to your belief. But anyway, we'll have the different opinion. Let's dive into the show real quick before we got to get Shaun on the intro. We're going to have Shaun his own video, actually. I'm going to even one-up it since it's my fault. It's not my fault, really. Shaun didn't come on the show when he was supposed to. But anyway.
But let's get to it, though, Shaun. We got to start off in the college football world. Man, I got to ask you this, man. USC and Lincoln Riley moves to 3-4 on the season after losing to 29-28 at Maryland. Is Lincoln Riley on the hot seat today, this morning?
I think one of the consistent messages from this weekend was I think Lincoln Riley's going to get fired and become the head coach at Oklahoma. I think Brent Venables is going to be out at Oklahoma by the end of the year. I think Riley's going to be out at SC. I think Riley's going to go back to Oklahoma.
Hot take. That's a
I
hot
think
take
I think he burnt his bridge in Norman. And then I do agree with Shaun. They fired Seth Luttrell over the weekend. Good friend of mine, former head coach of North Texas, been around, really good offensive coach. Fired him means writing on the wall for Venables. Right, Shaun?
But see, here's what happens like when you say burning bridges. Right now,
the way he left. Nobody likes how he left Oklahoma.
I know, but based on what they watching every Saturday, man, look, they willing to build that bridge back up.
So you're saying they'd rather have offense and not win the big one, but go 10-1 every year.
Absolutely. What they watching on offense right now got them sick at their stomach.
Yeah.
And when's the last time Lincoln Riley had a highly rated quarterback that he didn't develop into a big-time player? Now, I know Spencer Rattler had to leave, but
you know why? Because he's always had a transfer, Shaun. He's always had someone else's development.
Other than Caleb.
Well, he recruited Caleb and Spencer.
Other than Caleb.
Yeah.
And Spencer. Yeah, Spencer too.
Hey, Shaun, you mentioned
but if you go back further, Oklahoma, even though I don't think they've had great quarterback talent, they've always gotten great quarterback play. Your Sam Darnolds, your Josh Heupels, you know those guys. Yeah. They've always had great quarter. So what they're experiencing right now, boy, they can't sleep at night.
I agree. I just think both programs are in over their head. I don't think Oklahoma should have ever went to the SEC. I don't think SC should have ever left the Pac-12, but that is what it is. I know it's about money. I get it, but I think it's a detriment for both of these former blue blood programs. You mentioned real quick, and we'll get back on track with Smitty, but I had to mention, you said ACL, that Ash almost tore your ACL. Seems like karma's come full circle here. Deshaun Watson has officially been tabbed out for the season with a Achilles tear. Seems like he's probably got what he wanted. I think he wanted to get out of this thing. I'm be honest, just being a judge of character and former personnel guy, he wanted to get out of underneath this, either be benched or in this case, unfortunately, he got hurt and he's done for the year. I think it's the best thing for Cleveland and probably the best thing for him in the long run, because I think he's done. I don't think you'll ever see Deshaun Watson play football again. That's my personal gut.
First of all, we're not gonna let you sit on here and just say any damn thing and don't get no pushback.
Yeah,
I'm not going to Jameis Winston level of
support,
comfort, but
yeah.
I mean, to say that the guy would rather have an Achilles injury, Achilles tear.
The man was in tears, man. Like, look at his face. He was in tears.
You know, just because your mind put like certain words in it, that don't mean your mouth have to verbalize everything come to your mind. The man was 15 or 17 for 128 yards. He was having the best game of his entire career as a Cleveland Brown. I was the only one in this country, and I'm finna pat myself on the back right now. I said last week the Browns are close. I do a show in Cleveland every week called the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and then I do all the breakdowns you guys see on my Twitter of Deshaun Watson. After that performance, I said they are close. He came out against the Bengals, was 15 or 17. I had only 2 incompletions. And all of a sudden, he tears his ACL, his Achilles. On a non-contact injury. Man, you're not going to – I know it's your show, but me and Smitty, we patrol the show so that you don't drive the damn yacht into the rocks like you attempted to yesterday.
Yeah.
Come on. No, man don't want to tear his
Listen, I apologize. My dad, when he made me he had some Jamaican rum and whiskey, and he pumped True Serum in me, and I just say what I think, and I got to get better at that.
What you think ain't always the truth, though. So it ain't really true serum. It's like fucking ADHD. It's like it's like Tourette's. It's like Tourette's.
But when he say facts and it's his opinion, it matters though.
But I say facts when it's an actual fact. Like I give you real like Minicom stats and numbers. And I say the literal fact. 2 + 2 is 4.
Never said one fact on the
2 + 2 is 4, homie. Fact.
You know what's fact? IR5 is fucking garbage.
You say shit like Deshaun Watson wanted to get his Achilles torn. Fact. Nah, that don't make sense.
And Deshaun's only 29, JB.
Yeah, I know. He's done, though. Hey, Shaun, real quick, I got to ask you, we're going to move all over the place because we got you for about another 10 minutes because you came on some BPS shit and came in late.
First of all, I'm supposed to be on the show Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. unless otherwise stated.
No, Monday you're 7:30 to 8:30. Remember, we changed it 2 weeks ago. You've been on the show 7:30 last few weeks. You see? But he got a flight. He had a flight. He had a late
anytime
flight.
brother lean back and scratch his head, he's confused.
That's on me. That's on me because it's bad.
Don't sip, Shaun. Don't sip.
We got a lot of gas. We got to massage all these, and you know what I'm saying.
My bad.
Hey, real quick, Shaun. We're moving all over the place, but I got to ask you. Speaking of all this stuff, you and I had an in-depth conversation. Me and Matt just had a conversation about it as well. Matt and I did. Grammatically correct with myself there. Can you explain to the fan? We'll spend 2 minutes on this because we got so many topics with you real quick. And Smitty's a micro thinker. So can you tell me your real thoughts on Colorado? And you and I agree. I think they're the same team as last year. I think the league is absolutely worse. I think college football is worse. Give me your take on that and tell Smitty that he's wrong and we're right. Go.
So I do think that they're maybe not from a deficiency and weakness standpoint, because I think they have improved offensive line and defensive line wise, but I still think they're kind of the same caliber team. I thought they ran the ball better last year than they have this year on a consistent basis. I thought they were more explosive with Dylan and the capabilities that he gave them at the running back position. I just think they're in a conference that's trying to find its way. So I wouldn't be surprised if they can run and string together some wins. And I'm not saying it as a negative to the program. What I'm saying is this same team that they have now, if they had to go up against Mike Penix, Caleb Williams, Cam Ward, Bo Nix, like that murderous row of quarterbacks that was in the Pac-12, I think the outcome from a record standpoint might be very similar to last year. Having said that, they were competitive in a lot of those games. So now you go to the Big 12, they're not playing anywhere near the same caliber of quarterback. So for one, that makes it more likely that you're going to win more games, which is a good thing for the program. I'm not saying it as a negative.
No doubt. I agree.
You disagree with that, Smitty? I don't like the look on your face.
No, I mean, you came on late today, so we don't have a lot of time to dive deep into it. You
I know,
were
I'm
super late today.
But,
I mean, I believe
I'm running into somebody else's time.
You started the segment off saying that they look better on the O-line and D-line. So right there alone, stop right there. To me, they're a better team then. That alone is saying that they improved. So now I'm not saying they're going from a C-plus team to an A-plus team, but there is improvement. These guys are 5-2. At the end of the day, you control what you can control. You can't control what your schedule is. You can't control what your opponents are doing. These guys, every single week, it feels like the other team is the favorite. This past weekend, Vegas had them losing, and they go out here and they destroy them. So at some point, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. They go out there and lose, they're the worst team in the world. They go out there and win, well, the competition is shitty. So it's what can Dion do? It's like they go 9-3, and you guys are like, well, the competition was that bad. So I don't get it.
They played a really good game of football against Arizona. All I'm saying is, and this is something they can't control. I'm not blaming them for this. I still don't think they have a good win on their schedule so far.
So if they beat Cincinnati this weekend, is that a good win or no?
Not really. They can't control that. Nebraska just got boat raced by Indiana. Who are the other wins? North Dakota State, Colorado State, Baylor.
Smitty, come on, man. Let's be honest, dog. Their two losses are blowouts. They got blown out by Nebraska, and they got beat by the better team, Kansas State. Who they really beat?
Only thing I'm saying is this. Before the season, me and JB made a bet. He didn't think they would win more than 5 games this season. Now, I get it. Once you watch the teams play, you can change your opinion on stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Colorado's a part of this same division, this same shitty conference. So somebody has to win or lose. Why is Colorado winning most of those? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, let me say this. JB's like that woman that ran on the field last night in the Steeler game. He's an extremist. So he'll take a truth and he'll take it so far that it becomes a lie.
Right.
I'm not saying Colorado don't deserve credit. I'm saying they can't control the fact that the conference isn't good. So these wins that they're getting, they should get them. I think they're a better team than these teams. The problem will be if at any point if they don't win the Big 12 and get the automatic bid, the strength of schedule is going to look real sketchy in the light. Not because of them, just because the opposition hasn't lived up to their billing.
Right, but if they go, let's say 8-4, go to a bowl game, Would you sit here, come on this show, Shaun, and admit that Deion Sanders has changed the culture in Colorado within 2 years?
I think he's already changed the culture in Colorado, even if they don't win another game.
All right, thank you. That's all I need to hear. Let's move on to the next topic, though, man. You kind of go back. We're going all over the place. Back to NFL. The Giants got dominated by the Eagles, and man, like dominated, got their ass kicked. And there's a video of Malik Neighbors, star rookie receiver, on Daniel Jones not getting him the ball. Check this out.
Think about the Eagles' defense, especially in the first half, that they were doing differently that maybe you had not seen on film?
Nah, I mean, nothing really different. I mean, watch the target tape. That was it. I was open. That was it.
That's simple. He was open. Shaun, what's your response to this? Number one, and then number two, is it time to bench Daniel Jones?
So let me be very clear. I went through this, and I had a very immature, short-minded, short-sighted response. When we traded for Keyshawn Johnson, we traded for not just a good receiver, but a big personality. And I was a guy, listen, I understand the offense in and out. I understand what they're doing to us defensively. Man, look, I'm going to get the ball to the open guy. So basically, when Key was always talking about getting the ball, I was like, fuck you, Keyshawn. So here's the problem with that. If you're not a better player than the receiver you're giving the middle finger to, it's a very short-sighted way to look at it. So what I learned was, and ultimately I had gotten replaced by Brad Johnson when I figured this out, you have to keep track as a quarterback of how often you're getting your best receiver involved. And then sometimes you got to go outside the scheme. If it's been like, okay, we on our second drive, we don't play forward the next drive, and we hadn't thrown the ball to Keyshawn or Malik Neighbors, I got to take it into my own hands. Because I can't, first of all, it's not conducive to us winning. He's our best wide receiver. We want to get him the ball. And second, if he's a better player than me when it comes down to it, I'm going to be the one to get replaced. So what I would tell Daniel Jones is Malik Neighbors has already shown in a very short time frame that he's box office from a talent standpoint. So take it into your own hands, even if the specific play call, don't make him the primary. Find ways to get him looks. You got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to lose the.
Kudos to you, too. Kudos to you. You called it. Brian Thomas is the best wideout in this draft.
Absolutely. I've said that from before the draft. That boy is legit.
You did. He's by far, because he's available. He's playing.
I don't know. I mean, he might be, but like that's not. I don't know. Malik Neighbors. I know he got hurt that one game or whatever. He was out. Well, Malik Neighbors started season off on a tear. Like Malik Neighbors, I don't know yet. We'll see. I think time will tell.
Malik Neighbors don't even know who the fuck he is anymore. He didn't even remember getting hit. He's missed 3 weeks because he didn't even know who he is, and now he's talking about not getting the ball.
So you're already sold. You're already sold. That Malik Neighbors is not going to be that guy.
Smitty, you love to give credit for guys who miss.
You love to defend Daniel Jones any way you can. No, you ain't slick. You're not slick, homie. You're going to find a way to defend Daniel Jones any way you get a chance to.
Stop. Hey, Shaun, this motherfucker loves IR5. He don't play. IR5 never plays. He loves him. He loves motherfuckers that miss.
He played yesterday and got the W.
Anybody that misses, he's going to be okay, JB. Give him 7 years.
Yesterday got the W.
Fuck out of here. He always misses.
Hey, Smitty, I normally agree with you. I had AR-15 or AR-5, whatever the hell IR-5, whatever JB called him. IR fantasy, he was god-awful. They won in spite of him yesterday. He got to get his stuff together.
Shaun, thanks for coming on late. And then we'll have you on Friday for a whole hour and a half, whatever we can do.
I ain't leaving.
We'll get you an intro video. We'll get you an intro video.
No, I'm just like Ash. I'm misbehaving today. I'm not leaving. Fuck that. Don't take me off. Whoever coming on, we on a 4-box. Let's go.
Yes,
there we
Shaun.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let him know.
Hey,
we run this show.
He's in the car, JB. He's in the car, JB.
He can turn his phone sideways, no?
Yeah.
Smitty don't know him. Now let me go to Fox and run that shit.
It'd be a disaster.
There we go.
What does JB know, homie? What does JB know?
It'd be a shit
show.
What
does JB know?
Hey, E-Dub, Shaun and I all think exactly the same. We're all and then Smitty is he's over there. let's just talk all things. Let's talk all things right wing, conservative, and football that we think tough, nasty.
Men, real men. Yes.
Eda, we couldn't bring in your video because Shaun would
That's fine.
Look even worse because he has a video. So you have a video. Shaun spent the weekend with us. Eda was going to try to make it, but he had to take his kids dirt biking and shit. I hope that went well.
Yeah.
Did you guys win?
We won 7-1. We got a short week Thursday night against San Marcos. They're 7-1. A lot riding on us. So you know how short weeks go. Once the season's done, I'll be up there multiple times. But I couldn't swing it on short notice. Gotta get ready for this week.
You think Smitty will show up? You think Smitty will show up if you show up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of getting the feeling that Smitty might be one of those flake type friends. I don't know.
Speaking of flake, Weddle, I could have sworn that you promised me that you would be making a drive out here to
promise
JB's
never came out.
Saturday.
Never came out of my mouth. So pause.
I mean, but whatever you said it in a way that the energy coming from you felt like I would see Weddle finally for the first time in person, and I didn't see you. Shaun flew out here all the way to come see you. We all made a big effort, and you weren't there, Weddle.
Yeah, and you know, trying to be great effort. My effort belongs to my boys on the football team. So I love y'all, but there'll be another time.
Two things to be true.
Well, let me defend you in this situation because Smitty was supposed to be there Saturday at 9 a.m. College football starts at 9 a.m. right on the West Coast.
Yes.
We get a text. I'm gonna be there about 10:30. I had to go lift. Like Smitty, I know the gym's open.
True, I did.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
Hey,
and then what was the other one? Then he wasn't there. He wasn't there at 10:30.
Then he wasn't there at 10:30. Where you at, Smitty? I'll be there by 1 o'clock. My tire was flat. Had to put air in my tire. So he went from 9 to 1 to lift and put air in the tire. So here's what I did. I searched sales around where he lives at. Pottery Barn had a sale. Wife made him go to Pottery Barn, so he was late.
Wow, got him. That's crazy.
I came with presents though, Weddle. I pulled up. I brought Shaun King a pack of cigars. I brought a JB his favorite bottle of tequila. So I made sure that even though I was a little late, and I know I'm the life of the party, I still came with some gifts, and I showed up, and I stayed later than expected. So,
yeah, but the reality is, Smitty, is you should have just said that. Say, hey man, I gotta run some errands for the wifey, and then I'll be there when I can get there.
Shaun's lying right now.
You don't got to
go to the Pottery Barn. I was at the gym a little later than planned. And
hey, Shaun, I'm convinced the producer of this show is Smitty's wife. I'm gonna keep.
Oh,
let's dive into. Hey, real quick, Eda, we got you. We got to dive right into Utah. And we got a video. We got a video for you right out the gate. Bailey, do we got a video, Bailey?
Bailey, what we got? Bailey said no, we don't. He's shaking his head left and right. Yeah. We don't have it.
All right, Eda, give us your take, video. Give us your take on this unfortunate loss. Quarterback play just seems a little bit
everything. I'm very discouraged on what I watched Saturday night. That isn't Utah football. That's not our culture. That's not what we are. The pre-snap penalties, the disengagement as a team. I've never seen it since I last played there in 2006. So
why is it the band of mercenaries that's just flooding the portal and the culture? And do you think that's what it is? The landscape is just going everywhere, infiltrating everywhere.
I don't believe it to be there. I think that mentally they've been shot with the whole Cam Rising deal from week in and week out. And I don't know, as much as I love and respect and admire Coach Witt, I don't know if his voice is resonating with the team anymore. And it pains me to say that because of what a great coach he is. But it looked like a team disengaged. And I don't know. I mean, the offensive coordinator stepped down, Andy Ludwig, who's been there for 10 years. And that's weird. Like, middle of the season, you're gonna step down. Why did that happen? There's just a lot going on.
I didn't know that, Shaun. I don't know What do you think about that, Shaun?
So here's from the outside looking in. I've always felt like during this magnificent run, because regardless of whether the country acknowledges it, the last decade, Utah has been a damn good football program. But you've always had NFL caliber offensive line, so you could always run the ball effectively. You only had 68 yards rushing versus a very average TCU run defense. And you've always had, last year was Jonah Ellis. You've always had a defensive lineman that can get after the quarterback. 0 sacks last night on TCU. Why has that talent pool maybe dried up? I feel like that's where they're missing what has been an elite part of their program.
Yeah, I mean that's what we've held our hat on, is running the football and stopping the run and getting after the quarterback. I mean, we've been top 5 in sacks over the last decade, number of years. So you're spot on, and I think those deficiencies are even more evident when we're struggling to move the ball and struggling to score, and the defense is out there for so long. Really unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie, and with the expectations coming into the season, so they're gonna fight. They're gonna do what they do. They'll manage the season, but it's potentially looking like a 2-man race, maybe a 3-team race in the Big 12 with BYU, Colorado, and Iowa State. But gosh, I just don't know if any of them are really legit contender. I think they'll be one and done in the playoffs, depending on who they match up with.
JB,
yeah.
JB, here's the question everybody wants to know. As an alum and fan of Utah, do you want Cam Rising back? Because first of all, he prevents you from getting a better quarterback in the transfer portal, and he kind of prevents you from having an elite high school talent come who don't want to sit.
Now, I was asked this question before the game on, I think I do a Utah show Thursday or Friday, whatever it was, and they asked me the same question. I said, listen, I love Cam. Love what he did for our program. He'll go in the Ring of Honor for the success and the Pac-12 championship and that, but I'm not bringing him back for one penny. We're moving forward. I tip my hat to you. 2 years you played 2 games. So no, definitely not.
No doubt.
Zero chance that happens.
Hey, E-Dub, we got you for about 15 minutes. I know
You see me repping my Rams? How about them Rams? Big
Them
wins,
Rams,
baby.
They fought, and they got
my
the
dog
win,
Shaun pulling it, getting those guys ready to play. Even though the Raiders are horrible, it don't matter. A win is a win in the league.
Control what you can control, man. And you guys are getting healthier. I'm hearing word on the street Cooper Kupp might be coming back to a return here maybe the next week or so. So how are you feeling about the Rams' chances as far as getting this thing back ramped up and rolling?
Yeah, so go ahead.
I do what I want on the show.
It's actually the Shaun and E-Dub show. So just you guys are on for the ride. I talked to Shaun midweek, Monday, Tuesday, and just checking in with my guy. It's not easy being the captain of the ship and things aren't going well, but he had a great spirit, and they're close. Cooper was close to playing this past week, so I expect him to play next week. And you just never know. Win can change a lot in the NFL, and you create some momentum. Obviously, they got a tough game, Minnesota, on a short week, but you never know. They know the coordinator over there. They know their head coach, Shaun, and most times he go against one of his predecessors. He does fairly well against them. So I don't know. Win can change a lot. Do I think they can? Do I think they need to get everyone back if they're going to make something out of the season? But it's better than losing, and they still keep their season alive.
No doubt. Hey, I want to transition to a rival that I know Utah loses, and that's tough on you, but it has to be a little bit easier on you to know that USC is also just abysmal. 3-4. Is Lincoln Riley done? Hot seat? Could you even see him fired before the season ends? Shaun thinks he's back to Oklahoma because of their situation as well. I don't think so. I think he burned a bridge in Oklahoma when he left. Where are you at with this SC issue and Lincoln Riley? And I want to talk to football with you and Shaun, because I think I don't think anyone else will bring this up. And this is what I had a conversation about, E-Dub, and I want to get your take as now you're a play caller on offense and defense as a head coach. You played it, and I want to get Shaun's take. I think Lincoln Riley's defenses have been horrible for this reason that no one else talks about. They score at such a fast pace that their defense is on the field, 13-play drive, and then SC scores in a 5-play drive. Their defense is back for another 13-play drive. This has been a historical thing with him. I don't think his defenses will ever be good. I don't care where he goes because he's the play caller, and offensively, he's a hell of an offensive play caller and a coach. I think he should have went with Nick Saban for 2 years, learned how to be a head coach. Look what Sark did, Lane's done, other guys have done, Kirby Smart. And I think he would have benefited tremendously. I think he doesn't understand that there's two sides of the football. I got to control the clock to save my defense. I don't believe he's a head coach. I don't believe he's ever been. I believe he's a hell of a play caller, gets good talent. He's a good recruiter, and he's good with QBs. And I think that is why. Any merit to that at all?
Shaun, you want to go first?
Yeah, I got an interesting response to that, JB, because I think for the first time in his entire career, they're not bad defensively. In their losses, they've given up more than 30 points only once. They're getting out-coached late in football games. They're losing the end-of-the-game situational football battle, and that falls squarely on Lincoln's shoulders.
But, Shaun, to be fair, though, not to cut you off, look at how they've lost. They've lost on offense and putting their defense in a bad spot. Michigan game, they shovel pass 2 in a row, incomplete, time stops. It should have been it was 1:30. It should have been 45 seconds minimum. Michigan would have had to have thrown. Michigan ran the ball and beat SC with 1:30. So, like, the offense is on point. He's ruined the defense by bad offense, even though he's a great offensive play caller, if that makes sense.
No, that's what I was saying. Maybe I didn't say it correctly. I was saying Lincoln has gotten out-coached at the end of games on how to.
Lincoln's the issue.
Yeah, like, did you watch the Maryland game? I mean, oh my God, like they just completely fell apart the last 6 minutes of the game.
E-Dub, give me your take as a play. You're calling OND in high school. I had to do it myself. You have to think both ways, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of offensive guys. Is they just are in their own little bubble and they think score. I want to get as many reps as I can, and up tempo, where there is something to be said about calling, huddling up, calling a formation, actually teaching the specifics of the positions and why we're doing things instead of just always line up on the line and looking to the sideline. Like you're not preparing the guys for the NFL when you play that style of football. Yeah, it really puts pressure on the defense, but at the end of the day, great defensive coordinators, if you got to go against 2 or 3 formations, no huddle, you're going to stop that stuff within a quarter because you're limited to what you can do on offense, and you figure it out, and you're calling it once you're lining on the formation instead of pre-calling it because the team huddles up and then having checks within your defense. So it's a cultural thing wherever he's at. I think he's an incredible OC. Development of quarterbacks, you could say half and half. Some studs come out of there, some not. But when you don't think conceptually as a team of what is the best way to win the game, and you're only thinking about score, it's going to catch up to you.
Well, if Lincoln Riley does get let go at USC, I know Shaun kind of made his prediction that he thinks Oklahoma might actually bring him back as a head coach. What's your early prediction? If he does get let go, like what's next? Does he become just a coordinator at the college level? Does he go to the NFL kind of like, his guy Kingsbury did and get a shot that way? What do you think is realistic?
It depends. Like, I don't know what his contract is for USC and how much is paid or left to be paid on that end. If it's a lot of money, I bet they'll just keep him because they've been turning out coaches for the last decade.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his goals are. I don't know what drives him. I don't know. I don't think Oklahoma's again, this is me personally. If a guy left me for supposedly a better place, you're dead to me. So you're never coming back. So on that stance, but I don't know. I I think it's shown that the big games and winning it all is just not in his DNA for whatever reason. Now, can he improve and be better? I would hope so. That's a coach's mindset, growth and learning and being better. So I would hope that he would take that approach and try to fix the inept ability to win the big one. But aside from that, he is a great coach, an offensive coach. He just hasn't been that well at USC the last couple of years. I mean, USC losing records or 500, you should be fired on that alone. Like, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you did before, you got to be fired.
I take back my opinion too that he's getting fired. He's not getting fired. I just looked it up. In 22, JB, he signed a 10-year, $110 million deal. So we're only 2 years into that. So
it was a 10-year?
10-year, 110.
Yeah.
So they still $88 million on the hook if they were to fire him.
Oh, he's good. He's safe. Never mind.
Marshall Business Law will sign that off. Get out. Pete Carroll's teaching history class up there. Fuck out of here. Real quick,
if it gets toxic enough, they'll get him out, and we don't really know.
You lose to the 3 M's, Minnesota, Maryland, and Michigan. You're out. Let me ask you something real quick on the NFL side of things, because there's so much to talk about. The crazy college weekend, crazy NFL weekend. Patrick Mahomes is 6-0, and he has more picks than touchdowns. And Andy Reid continues to save him, in my opinion. Shaun King thinks he's the greatest. I think he's the most overrated quarterback of all time. But where are you at with this Chiefs team? Because I want to show you something from a defensive standpoint, from a safety that used to knock dick in the dirt. I got to ask you, Bailey, where's the clip of because he knows nobody will hit him? He does that shit forever. I just think they scared to hit him because of the ramifications that will come with it. And this guy, man, he fakes running out of bounds all the time, and then he'll sneak in 2 more yards. Like,
that's being smart, though. That he's playing the game and within the rules like that.
Yeah.
The rules are made for you to.
And then he dipped on a guy, though, E-Dub.
He trucked somebody into the touchdown. He actually rolled his shoulder.
That's the part. As an offensive guy, E-Dub, as a quarterback, I look at it as taking advantage now of the rules that they've allowed you to have. But to me, it's like, man, drop your shoulder as you run out of bounds then. So I know you're fair game all the time, because now you want to drop your shoulder later, and I know I can't really EW.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's soft, man. That's just me as a quarterback saying it too. So I don't know. Shaun,
how about look at it through another prism and give a man some damn credit?
Go ahead, give me your.
I mean, he doesn't get enough credit for how good of an athlete he is. He doesn't look like it, but I can pull up every game where he absolutely makes people look ridiculous when they try and tackle him. Like, you look at the end of that clip, if you look at the beginning, watch him stiff arm and Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in football, to get himself into that situation. Like, you missed that part. Like, he's just one of those guys, and I didn't see it at first.
He didn't touch it at all. So anyway.
You're right. Fred Warner didn't touch him. You're right.
No, he did not stiff arm nobody. He didn't stiff arm nobody. He stiff armed the wind.
Listen to my point. Hey, Eric, when you're playing defense and you're coming to tackle, you take different angles and your energy is different based on the level of athlete you think you're trying to tackle. I think people underestimate how good an athlete Mahomes is, because he makes guys miss all the time.
Well, you're 100% right. And honestly, the biggest thing for secondary guys, in my opinion, is I've faced him a couple times. Not nearly as what he does now of run around, slide in, fake slide in, this and that. Like, you're literally just you're thinking, I'm going to get close enough where I'm going to have two-hand touch him once he slides. Like, and you're going to funnel him out of bounds for the fear of he's going to slide last second. And, like, but that's with every quarterback. You except for Lamar, like, you're going in there understanding that you're not going to tackle him. You're just going to tag him off because he's going to do some dumb stuff. He's not playing very well this year. Well, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
He's not playing to the level and the expectation that we've seen in the past, and they're still winning, which makes it even more disheartening if you're a football fan or a football guy, that you're just like, how are they going to win? Will it catch up to them eventually? I mean, when is Steve Spagnuolo going to get another head coaching job? Is my question. Or the job he's doing defensively and really having a second chance at life after the job that he didn't get done as a head coach. I mean, he should be up for a job with, especially the young guys, the development, the system. You see some of these other defensive first-year coaches doing well, with Raheem and Mike McDonald. So I don't know. I'd love to see him. I know him personally and a big fan. Just want to give him a shout out. But are we going to talk about Purdy and Purdy doing Purdy things in big games? Or are we going to talk about what was that throw? What was that throw at the end of the game? Like, can we just throw it in the dirt or throw it away or run that you're really good at?
I think this team is done. I think they're old. They age in front of our eyes. I think Shanahan's the most overrated head coach in football history. And here's the issue. I want to be clear.
History.
Purdy, well, I mean, to be honest, he's had the most loaded rosters and never won anything. So anyway, let's be clear. They can't keep this roster, Shaun and E-Dub. You know this better than anybody. And then sign this kid who has shown.
Hang in there, Shaun. Long weekend, huh?
Hey, Shaun. Hey, E-Dub. Can you really say, E-Dub, both of you guys aspire to be GMs in the league. Can you really sign this guy that's a bus rider and not a bus driver with this aging roster next year for a big-time contract when Ayuk got hurt for the year, who you waited on and held out? Debo got hurt again. Like, where are you? How do you do it as a GM? Just make it make sense to me, because this guy's not the guy. I'm just being clear. And we got to be quick. We got to be quick, Shaun, because we got to get to E-Dub's take on his exact take on the defensive coordinator, Spags, and the Chiefs, and what the Jets situation is before he gets out of here. Go ahead.
Well, real quick, I wouldn't have paid Ayuk, and I still hold all the leverage on Purdy. I'm not paying Purdy more than Dak Prescott got. So if Purdy wants to take a $40 million a year deal, then we'll re-sign him. If not, then I'll be in the market for a quarterback.
Yeah, 100% right. I think he's warranted for a new deal. I think he's good. I don't think he's great, and that's okay. I think you can win with him if you build the roster not around him but around the team. And so yeah, I would say that like the number would be around 40 that I would be willing to pay him. Anything more than that, I say, I'll franchise you and then look to trade you. The problem is around the league, I don't think you get much for him, but anything's better than nothing. And on the flip side with Ayuk, and Shaun can attest to this too. And I was such a big proponent of the offseason, of doing practices, doing training camp, doing preseason games. You need to prepare your body for actual game-like situations. Okay, and you only get that in live work. You're not there for the entire training camp and OTAs. It's unfortunate, but I believe it that when you don't train and practice full speed, you get out there that you're higher risk of injury. It's unfortunate, but it's important to do those things. And I know we're old school and this and that, and the rules have changed, but I was always a proponent of practicing, competing, and getting better on the practice field.
Especially in 2024 when nobody wants to practice.
Exactly. It is. You're right. Hey, real quick. So we protect Mahomes because his defensive coordinator, Spagnuolo, as E-Dub just eloquently stated and broke down, saves Mahomes. So last night, the defense saved Mahomes. Let's be honest. The defense saved Mahomes again this year. And then on the flip side, we go over to Aaron Rodgers and just absolutely destroy him in the media today because his defense fails to protect him. And that is what I want to break down real quick because E-Dub got to go in 2 minutes. I got to be honest. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers, we know Aaron Rodgers isn't the same A-Rod. But Mahomes can have this horrible season and be protected by the best big game DC in football right now, and the Chiefs' #1 defense.
Maybe in the history of football.
Maybe in the history of football. Who's protecting Mahomes, who's never thrown for 300 yards till last year in a Super Bowl, but he's the GOAT. But anyway, we protect him, but not A-Rod and this horrible organization with the Jets that have just basically shown that they're a roster of names on their back. They don't have a name, the Jets, on their front. They're not a team, E-Dub. This is a a team that has no leadership. Give me your breakdown real quick before you get out of here, and give me your pick tonight for the Monday Night Football. Do all that shit. Do all that shit right now in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got you.
Weddle's fastest 2 minutes. Go.
Weddle's fastest 2 minutes. Okay. So Jets on that front line, you're trying to integrate a new receiver into a system with guys being butthurt about it. With Garrett Wilson, you could tell by the drops he had in that game. His mind is triggered because he added another alpha in the mix, and A-Rod isn't the same A-Rod, but he comes off a certain way, so that's why he gets so much hate, and that's why he gets so much negativity of the way he is and how he represents. On the flip side, defensively, you were put yourself in some positions. You lose to Russell Wilson first game back. I mean, I'd be embarrassed if I was on that defense of letting a Pittsburgh team that struggles to score put up 37 points on you or whatever it was, with a quarterback that first time out. I mean, what is the expectation? Where is the vision? There is none at this point. So it's really unfortunate that you're seeing a dumpster fire with a team that should be way better than what it is. And it comes back to ownership, the direction and leadership and the team that you put together. Should have never fired Saleh midseason. It was inexcusable. Should have waited and at least see if he could ride the ship out, but they're not doing anything. And for tonight game, Ravens all day, baby.
We got Ravens and the Bucs. Good game. You also got the Chargers at Arizona.
Another double game. I thought we were done with this.
Another one.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, go Dodgers. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go Doyers. Ravens, the Bucs are going to struggle, I feel, to score. I think they've turned the corner defensively, Baltimore, of getting back to who they are, and that is getting after the quarterback, stopping the run. They're already number one rush defense and the number one rush offense, and have outgained their opponents by almost 150 yards a game. If they do that again, they're going to break a record, which is staying for like 40-something years. So they're doing things this year that we've never seen as a team. 4-game winning streak. Should be a great game though. I'm not sugarcoating that. And in the other game, Chargers versus. I mean, I honestly don't. I think the Chargers are, you could say, the better team at Arizona. Arizona's pretty talented. Is Marvin Harrison playing?
I believe so.
Game time. I think he's game time.
Game time decision. If he doesn't play, I don't think they have a chance. And if they keep it low, I mean, I don't know. It's a toss-up game. Is that, if that's sort of the betting odds, is a flip a coin? I'm going with the Chargers. Anything because they're all Raven guys, so let's root for them.
E-Dub, I know you got a meeting. Go get in there, bud. Good luck this week.
I will.
I got to make it down there before the season, though, like last year. I'm going to make it a game, so I'll be down
Always
there.
welcome. Great show, guys. Good to see you, Shaun.
Good to see you.
See you, Smitty.
See you, Weddle.
Hey, real quick, we got rapid fire. We got to end the show with I got 10 questions, fact or cap. Let's go. Real quick. 10 questions. 10 questions. Let's go. Fact or cap. Russell Wilson will lead Pittsburgh to the number 1 seed in the AFC. Go.
Cap. Big cap. They're not doing it because why? The team that you just got done talking about, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
Fact.
Ooh,
all that shit we talk about, nobody plays old school football. Guess who still does? The Pittsburgh Steelers.
And the Baltimore Ravens, by the way, as well.
Hey, they practice old school. Mike Tomlin said he don't care if you get hurt in practice. For the first time in probably maybe Ben Roethlisberger third to last season, they've got competent quarterback play. And they have 2 guys that can win games and steal away, which means they're going to run the football, play defense, play field position, play it smart, and they control their destiny. I didn't realize it until last night. They have not played a division game yet. All 6 of their division games still in front of them. Pittsburgh's feeling confident. I'm going with the Steelers, baby.
Rapid fire, Shaun.
I'm going to say fact as well. The Chiefs will eventually lose 3 or 4 games. Fact or cap, the Jets are done.
Fact. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. This story, this hype we had before the season and thinking that these guys are going to be true contenders, throw that in the trash. They're not Super Bowl contenders. They're not playoff contenders. It's over. It's time to retire A-Rod. Fact.
Fact. They're cooked. Nobody that we recognize will be on the field by week, let's say, 14.
I say fact as well now. Last week I said cap. Unbelievable. Fact or cap? Colorado is a playoff team.
Fact. Why? Because I think they can really legit win the division. You guys said the division is trash. The conference is trash. I look at their schedule. Every game is winnable. So because of that, I say fact.
Cap. I just think Iowa State, BYU, both undefeated in conference, undefeated overall. I think it's a tricky path for them to even get into the Big 12 title game. Not because they're not good enough. I just think there's so many teams with only one conference loss, and then you got BYU. I don't know if they can get into the title game.
I agree. Fact. Fact or cap? Alabama is done.
Fact. Cooked. Done as in college football playoff done.
Okay, all right. That's why I was going to ask you that.
Being a
Okay.
top caliber program.
Fact. All right, fact.
2024 team's not going to the college football playoff.
All right, got you. Fact.
Fact or cap? Clemson will win the Natty.
Cap. Not good enough, but really good, but not good enough. And then they don't have the guys. They're not Georgia still. I don't think they're even Texas still from a talent standpoint. Really good, not good enough. Cap.
I'm going to say cap because I don't know if it's guaranteed they make it to the ACC title game. People are forgetting one of the best stories in college football is the fact that Pittsburgh is still undefeated. Also, Miami's undefeated. So right now, if the ACC title game happened, they're not in it. I wanted to say fact because they're sneaky good and they're getting better. And with Dabo's big game experience, who's the team without blemishes that they could play against? So it's not like they've got this Goliath. If the cards and chips fell right, they're dangerous. But I'm gonna say cap because I don't even know. This is gonna be tricky for them to get in the ACC title game.
Fact or cap? Texas and Georgia are playoff teams.
Fact. Playoff teams, 12 games, fact.
Ooh. Hold on one second here. Cap. Texas losing 2 more games. They got Vandy next. They got a very, very, very. Ask the Ball State about Vandy. They got a much improved Vandy team.
Hold on. Ask us about Vandy, homie. It was a 27-point spread, and we was tied up in the fourth. Ask us about them. I'm a very proud alum right now.
You're over your word count. Y'all lost. Hey, so watch this, JB. They got Vandy next. They got Billy Napier's got a lot of criticism. Nobody's talking about how well Florida's all of a sudden playing. Florida almost beat Tennessee, took them to overtime. They just mollywopped Kentucky. They got the little freshman running back playing with Lagway now. That's dangerous. Here's where I think trouble stands for Texas. They go at Arkansas, then they end the season at A&M. I just think Texas got a tricky little schedule. They all of a sudden got a quarterback controversy. Is it Quinn Ewers? Is it Arch Manning? I've seen Texas fall apart before in the Big 12. I think history repeats itself.
4 more questions real quick. Fact or cap? USC will never be the same.
Fact.
Cap. You can't say never. That's a big word.
I'm going to say never. Fact. Fact or cap? Indiana will make the college playoff.
Big facts. Best team in the Big Ten right now behind Ohio State.
They're not better than Oregon, homie. The number fucking 1 seed.
In Oregon. Third best team in Big Ten.
Penn State.
So I don't know how to.
Just keep on learning that.
I can't answer this unless one of you guys knows the Big Ten tiebreaker. Because they're gonna beat Michigan State and Michigan. They're probably gonna lose in Columbus. They're gonna beat Purdue. But if Ohio State and Penn State also only have 1 loss, or the way that thing matriculates, I don't know exactly how the tiebreaker works, but they're in the hunt.
I think Indiana could beat Ohio State by watching them. I'm just telling you. I've seen both teams.
Something to watch, though, JB. Allegedly, Rourke is out. He got hurt in that Nebraska game. They're starting quarterback. So something to watch this week.
I'm going to say Fact. I think they make the playoff. This is a well-oiled machine, and I mean machine as far as what he has going on. Kudos to him. He's probably coach of the year right now. Fact or cap? The Dodgers will win the World Series.
Come on now. You know I'm a big Dodgers fan. I don't have a professional team back in Indiana, so I became a Dodgers fan. We predicted this. Me and JB said it would be Yankees and Dodgers. It's great for baseball, great for the sport, great for all fans. The Dodgers about to get it done.
Hey, you want to make some money? Jazz Chisholm, World Series MVP. He's been terrible in the postseason. Watch him jump out and show y'all on this big stage.
Fact or cap? Cali is better than Florida. Fact. Let's go. Next.
I don't really care. I don't answer that question. Two shitty states. I don't care.
Cap, I love California weather, but man, the fact that y'all got to drive 2 hours to get from point A to point B to have any kind of consistent fun, yeah, that shit's for the birds.
Consistent fun.
Hey, fact or cap? This is the realest show on planet Earth.
Big
hey,
fact.
shout out to Shaun hanging out. Appreciate you. Great weekend. We'll see you Friday. Maybe we'll have an intro video. Maybe we'll have.
Sean, take a nap, Sean. Go get you a carton of milk, 2%, and take you a little nap, man. I know your old self has been a long weekend for you.
Maybe JB will go outside and start actually training Ash, man. Stop letting Ash train him.
Slobbering all over my shirt. My shirt is ruined now, Sean. It's ruined. I gotta throw it away.
Salute, y'all. See y'all later.
All right, peace. See you later.
Homie.
See you Friday.
Great show, y'all. We appreciate y'all all for joining us, man. And this wouldn't be possible without our big time sponsor, Bet US, man. Make sure you shout out them. Make sure you go to First Round Performance, get all your workout gear, all the stuff that's gonna help you perform at the highest level. Of course, man. Shout out Doritos. Shout out 5 Hour Energy, man. Shout out our ticker, and shout out Prize Picks, and shout out Winnable. You know, all our supporters, man. We appreciate y'all. Without y'all, wouldn't be no JB, and it damn sure wouldn't be no Smitty, man. We're gonna keep growing this thing. And JB, any closing remarks for all our fans and loving viewers?
Yeah, I'm taking Chargers and the Bucks tonight.
I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens, the best team in the NFL, with the about to be 3-time MVP in Lamar Jackson. And I'm taking the Chargers as well. We agree on the Chargers here in LA.
Hey, and I'm gonna be honest, I was horrific this week in betting. I picked Georgia Tech as an upset. They got waxed. I picked Atlanta to cover fucking 3, and they get absolutely bamboozled by the fucking Seahawks. Who would have saw that happening? I wouldn't. I also picked the Titans to cover 9.5, and they got fucking whacked. That just tells you the NFL is not an easy pick, because each week NFL people get paid on the 1st and 15th every month. This shit is anybody's ball game. So I was horrible this week. I'll be better this week for you guys.
Never bet in favor of the Titans, though. They're garbage, and their quarterback just got benched. Probably the best decision that they've ever made. So,
Or the Colts.
Colts got the W. Big time win with AR5. All he does is win. No matter how he does it, he wins. And shout out to my coach, Dallas Clark, tight end legend, got entered into the Ring of Honor. The Sheriff, Peyton Manning, put the jacket on there for him at halftime. A beautiful moment for my Indianapolis coach. Reminded me of my childhood. It was before Bailey was even born. Go Google Dallas Clark after the show, Bailey. You know what I'm talking about.
He was average white stiff. He got into it because he's white. So anyway, shout out to everybody. Enjoy the Dodgers and the Yankees World Series. Everybody wanted to see it. It's happening. Aaron Judge and
Shohei Ohtani.
But just so you know, Stanton and Aaron Judge are Cali boys. Just thought I would throw it out there. So anyway,
I'm throwing out there. And last thing, NBA season is back. First games is tomorrow. We got the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I might pull up to the game tomorrow.
We'll worry about that after Christmas. Nobody cares. Is Bronny cut yet?
Bronny's on the bench. Like he's on the main, like the rotation, 8-man rotation.
If he plays in a real game, I promise you he'll be on a thumbnail.
He's playing them all. He's playing them all.
We'll see. We'll put him on thumbnail then on Wednesday. No, Mazzoni can't wait for Wednesday's show. Oh my God, we're gonna break down we're gonna break down some film, and we can't wait.
Stop saying her name, homie.
What?
The more you say her name, the more I actually like her. The more I support her as an analyst. Like
her.
I'm gonna start watching her show more.
It just makes you more insufferable.
I don't care. What makes you think I care about your opinion about me? I don't care what you think about me or anybody in this chat think about me. As long as you pay me.
Micro thinker.
As long as you pay me, homie.
Micro Thinker, I got a shirt. Micro Thinker, you got your face on the front. It's got your face though.
Send me that email of you know what I'm talking about. No.
We'll talk after. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Pound that like, subscribe, share it, and I appreciate all 2,200 of you today. And tomorrow we win 3,200, or I'm blocking half of you. Tomorrow I will see you. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap. We what the game's